spooky friends, and welcome to our Storytime episode of the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're going to tell you guys some of your homegrown horrors that you've sent us.
Indeed we are. I'm really excited because for those of you who are watching us live, hopefully you can tell we have a new camera and no more fisheye lens, so you can actually see things without having a ridiculously weird curve to it. The only curves you're going to get are from me. And the good ones from Robin.
Okay.
But I'm really, really excited to be here, so I'm hoping you folks are excited as well. We just had Christmas. Christmas was yesterday.
Yeah, so happy late Christmas.
Indeed. Very happy to be here. We have Homegrown Horrors, like Robin was saying, which for those of you who have never heard of those before, are the stories that you folks send us, which are either like scary, paranormal, spiritual, coincidental, weird stuff like that. Just fun stuff that you want to share with us that we can also share on the show. And we sit down and we read these to you for about an hour. It takes a little bit longer when we're recording it live, but you guys don't seem to mind. So very, very happy to do this with you guys. And for those of you who want to reach out to us with a story of yours, you can email storytime@scarish.com. That is our email address. You can go to scarish.com, which is our website. Fill out the contact us form if you want. On there is also all our social media links, and you can use all of those to contact us, whether you go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast, @scarishpod for Twitter, @scarishpodcast for Instagram. You can reach out to us through Discord. You can find that link on our website as well. That's really easy, and if you want to share with the whole group for some instant feedback, you can do it through the Facebook group, which is the Scariest Spooky Friends group, or you can go to the Discord server, and both of those work very well. You folks have been responding really well to the contact form on the website. We love to see that. We're also getting the normal emails and like messages and stuff like that, so it's good stuff, and we're really, really happy to have you folks engaged. And I do want to say really fast for the people listening, or I'm sorry, the people watching on YouTube and Twitch, we are using the new camera. And we haven't tested it fully yet. We do know that it works and you can see us, and that's always a good thing. But what I will say is it's connected right now through the DC, like the AC port thing, you know, the battery charger.
Yeah.
And it doesn't flash showing it's charging when it's plugged in, which means it might not charge while it's on. Hopefully it just stays at whatever level it's at when it's plugged in. But if not, about an hour and a half in, we might go dark. You'll still be able to hear us and the overlay will still be there. But if the camera disappears, don't worry, it just becomes radio at that point while I'm trying to figure out how to get the camera going. But for the most part, I think we're going to be okay.
You know,
Knock on wood, though.
I heard that video killed the radio star.
I hate you so much. Adam killed the Robin star. But I think I'm going to go first because I have four. I have four this week. And because of that, two of them are very short. So one of them is a topic suggestion, and the next one is just a normal one. So I'll start out with this one, and the subject is Salem. And it goes like this, very short. Okay, we are doing U.S. history, and we're on the Salem witch trial, and we're going over them in class. The clock jumped off the wall when we were talking about magic. It freaking launched off the wall. My girlfriend, Kayla, please give her a shout-out. That's all we have. So it's I thought it was going to be a topic suggestion, but it turns out it's just a really quick story. So that's a little bit weird. Yeah, if you're talking about witchcraft and stuff and the clock jumps off the wall, you might have like an actual witch in your class who is like, wha-bam, we heard about someone falling over due to a witch cursed spell. I don't know what to call it. What was it last week?
I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Awesome. Good start to the night. We had an email last week about someone who said that they were a witch and that someone was disrupting their education, and then like the person fell or something like that into a door. You don't remember any of that?
I do remember reading it, but I don't know what word you're trying to.
I'm not trying for a word. I'm trying to see if you remember that. That's all I'm trying to do.
Oh, okay.
Cool. This is really fun. So that's the end of the first one. Super short. So let's just go ahead and move on into the next one. So do you want to take the next one, or do you want me to do the next one?
You can do the next one because you have four.
Okay, cool. So this next one is a regular length one, and it's from someone on Facebook, and it starts out like this. Dear Adam and Robin, thanks so much for a wicked show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This will be called, quote, be careful when you call. Feel free to share this. I was 16 living in Spring, Texas, and was hanging out in haunted cemeteries, areas, and locations, as well as playing on a lot of Ouija boards. That being said, I was asleep one night on my no, that's not right. That being said, I was asleep one night on my side facing the wall when I felt someone roughly shove my shoulder several times to wake me up. I turned, looked up, and was looking into two red lights within a deep black cloud. Next came the worst pain I have ever felt, but will never be able to describe. During this, I couldn't scream no matter how hard I tried. I'm wondering where this pain was. Like, what kind of pain? Was it like in your head? Like,
or was it your whole body? Like, it was just painful.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Like, it's hard to describe. I get that, but like, little bit more. I want to email this person back and be like, give us more. It lasted very briefly, but I was awake and scared as shit. The thing hung out in the corner of my room for several nights, but eventually left. I'm now in my 40s, but the event is burned into me. Thank you both again for the wonderful show. Wow.
Thank you so much.
That's super intense. Like, what did you do over the next couple of days while this thing was in your room just staring at you? Did you, like, play Xbox, like, keeping an ime on it the whole time? Or were you, like, terrified? Did you get a priest? Like, I'm very curious. I have many questions on this one, so gonna have to reach out to the person who sent this one. We're going to take a quick break, though, and we're going to look over into Stream Chat to start the show, because we like to get at least one under our belt before we look over there. And most of you folks are already there, and you're saying hello and fun stuff like that. Finally, Twitch is working, says Pancakes, and we're hoping that we've fixed some of the issues that we had in previous shows where some of you guys were getting dropped and having issues with the stream, like lagging out and stuff like that. So hopefully it's good. There was some talk in there about whether or not we're going to be on time. We were 5 minutes late, and that was just getting stuff ready. The camera was actually good to go. We just were a little late because it's been pretty hectic because of the holidays.
Yeah.
So
and plus, today we got to go.
We did, yes. It's not their fault we were 5 minutes late.
It's not their fault, no.
It's our fault we were 5 minutes late.
Yeah, it was just we tried to fit too much into today than we should have. And
when you're trying to fit stuff that won't fit, usually you can just spit on it and it'll go, but that was not the case today. So
all right. But yeah, we got to meet Sam and Andrew today. It was freaking awesome. You guys are so sweet and so nice, and I wish I had the book that she gave us.
We got a Christmas gift from Sam and Andrew, and it was very nice.
It was very sweet. And it was like a Manx fairy tales book, and it was so cute, and I can't wait to read it. But it was amazing getting to meet some more spooky friends. So.
It's cool because when we started the podcast over a year ago at this point, it was right around this time where we realized people were actually listening to us. And we got an email, and one of the first emails we got, if not the first, was from Sam, who was over in Isle of Man. And she was like, hey, I found your guys' show. I really like it. I'm from Isle of Man. You guys should look it up because we have some crazy stuff. Quick shout out to Young Slurms, who just followed us on Twitch. Thank you so much. And it was cool. It was really cool because we're like, it's another human being. It's an actual human connection that we've made by just doing this show. And we didn't really expect to have many. And then we have all you folks in the chat now, and we get to do this show in a bunch of different ways because you guys have come out to support us, which has been amazing. And Sam was really that first for us. And she popped our podcast audience cherry, so to speak. And
wow,
it was very, very nice to realize someone was listening to us. And it was super cool to get to meet her and Andrew today. And like, I know we've talked about them on the show before a couple of times, and they met through the Facebook group, and they started chatting a little bit, and like Sam's out there, and it was just really cool. Do you want to say it, or do you want me to say it?
Oh, you can say it.
It was just really cool because we sat down, we got to meet them, we had a meal together, and they told us like, hey, we want you guys to know we're getting married, and we want you guys to be there. And we're like, holy shit, this is so cool.
It was just so cool, and it's I don't know, it made me really happy.
Yeah, they're two of the nicest people you could ever want to meet, and seeing them happy with each other, just, I don't know, it made me super, super happy to see. And yeah, we're definitely going to be at that wedding. Yeah. So it was pretty amazing. So we had a really good date so far today, and it's good looking stuff. I'm not saying that everyone should look for their wife or their husband through our audience, but so far, so good, I think. So it's pretty good stuff.
1 out of 1.
1 out of 1.
Okay.
And I see Glitch Grim said, did I miss the unboxing stuff vid? No, we had more stuff sent to us on our P.O. box. And to be quite honest, it was just way, way too crowded in the post office to receive like everything that we possibly could. So we waited to do all of them at once. We're getting the thing right now. This is the Manx Fairy Tales book that we got from Sam.
Yeah, it was so cute.
So now we have all of our things. We have like 4 things we have to unbox now, and we're going to do all the vids and post them between now and New Year's. So
this
it's
thing
fun.
is just really cool, and we're so happy that we have it.
Yeah.
So I wish I had like a book stand so I could like put it up.
We'll find some way to prop it up here, because now we can actually prop stuff a little bit better on our desk because it's not a curve because of the fisheye lens. So very, very happy. Thank you guys so much for donating to us, because of that we were able to get the camera that you're watching us on right now.
Yeah.
So.
Seriously, we could not do it without you guys. It's so cool. And yeah, you guys are like our friends. It's really neat.
We hope, at least.
Oh yeah, we hope so. Please don't hate us.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone. But let's move into the next story, I think.
All right. So this next email is from the UK. So it says, "Hey Adam and Robin, greetings from the UK."
Hello.
Hello.
That
from
hello had
across the pond.
The hello had a U in it, since the UK puts a U in like every
They don't
word
put
with an
a
O.
U in their hello.
I just did. Did you hear it? Hello.
In Doctor Who, they don't say hello, sweetie.
It's spelled Doctor Who.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Keep going.
It's me, the Doctor Who corrections guy.
That's hilarious.
Obviously, love the podcast and the dynamic that you guys have going on. It's got me hooked. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope you're still listening.
I don't mind if this gets shared, but it's not really paranormal so much as creepy sleep paralysis. I recall that one of you guys, Adam, I think, has experienced this before, and I feel like you'll get it. We both have.
Yeah, we both experienced sleep paralysis. Robin's had more of the hallucinations during sleep paralysis than I have. But yeah, both of us.
Now, a little background. I live in an old Victorian hospital-turned-apartments.
Ooh.
Recipe for disaster, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
in
no joke.
Norwich, England. And I am firmly of the belief that I have a spirit living with me in my apartment. But I've concluded that he or she is pretty chill, as nothing has happened in nearly a year since I moved in.
So you have a ghostly roommate.
It's better than having a roommate that takes all your stuff and eats everything and doesn't replace it.
I've never had a bad roommate, but I would have hated to have had a bad roommate. So yeah, that would be much, much worse. Ghosts don't eat shit. They don't well, I don't know. Maybe they do. Can they take bites out of stuff? Slimer.
They do if they're not ghosts and they actually are people that live in your walls.
It's true. Slimer definitely did from Ghostbusters, but I don't know if this ghost is that case. So let's find out.
I was on Discord with my friends earlier this week, bullshitting as people do. I started talking about the spirit I believe lives here and may have dissed it. Bad move number 1. I then went to bed at midnight. Bad move number 2. Oh shit, hold on. I don't know how to read. So bad move number 1 was when I went to bed. And hold on, I can't read.
That's okay. Here's the thing. If you're going to talk shit about your roommate, even if it's a ghost roommate, you should not do it in the house that it could possibly be in. I got caught one time, the first apartment I ever lived in, talking shit about my roommate because he was the guy who would we'd buy stuff together, like, hey, let's both buy this thing. And then once we had it, he would eat all of it and leave the tiniest bit. Like if it was peanut butter, he'd leave the tiniest bit of peanut butter at the bottom and leave it in the cabinet. And someone asked me what's it like living with so-and-so? And I was like, it's good. Every time we buy something together though, I think I get a spoonful of it and then it's fucking gone. And he was in the bedroom and he totally heard me and I thought he wasn't there. And he was like, later on he confronted me. He's like, I'm so sorry that I do that to you, man. I felt so bad. I knew you were going to say something sooner or later and I was hoping it would be to me and not someone else.
Wow.
And I felt like such an asshole. So imagine doing that and there's a spirit that's been cohabitating with you and you pissed it off.
Okay, so how this email's written. So dissing it was bad move number 1. And then holy crap. Bad move number 2. Oh my God, that took me way too long to say. Is going to bed at midnight. So, I did share on And That's Why We Drink group. So he did share it with the other podcast group.
That's Why We Drink.
So if you're in there or anybody else is, it might sound familiar because I needed advice. And I'm not stealing shit. You can literally check my name on the post.
It's good to know that they're just saying I've shared this before, so some people might find it familiar.
Right.
Good. That's a good thing.
I usually sleep in the fetal position, but Deep Sleep Me had the great idea of sleeping on his back. And apparently that increases the chances
I have heard
of
that
sleep
too.
paralysis.
Yeah, sleeping on your back is supposed to increase the chances because it can somehow restrict your airflow if your neck gets caught up in the wrong way. My aunt has a really funny story about passing out and people trying to revive her or get her to come back to consciousness, and her head was still hanging down in the incorrect position. They're like, you were making a really weird noise, and it's like, oh, that was her trying to breathe. She couldn't breathe, and she was just wheezing, and they couldn't diagnose that problem.
Wow.
So when you sleep on your back, especially if you have a pillow behind your head, you can restrict your airway just by directly kind of collapsing it by tilting your neck down. So that's what I've heard, at least. I could be totally full of shit.
I woke up during the night around 3 a.m. naturally, unable to move or breathe. There weren't many noises other than my own raspy attempts at breathing, and my rational mind tried to explain them away as my mind playing tricks. I didn't open my eyes because I didn't want to find out if it was old hag syndrome, and I just laid there, gasping for what felt like hours. Eventually, I worked up enough strength for a full body convulsion and darted my head back. Luckily, it stopped and I went back to sleep. Now, I was a hardline skeptic, and the whole spirit thing before this was just a bit of is it or isn't it joke, but now I 100% believe it's here and being a cool dude, just coexisting. But on that night, I pissed it the hell off, and it wanted to remind me it's for serious. For Surs.
I looked over to see how that's spelled, and it's F-O apostrophe S-R-S, and I've never ever seen it spelled that way before.
Love the podcast, and shout out to my awesome ghost roommate, Keep on Creeping on, Adam.
I hope you play this out loud in your apartment so that your ghost roommate can hear it, and we give you a big shout out. Like, we hope you're doing well over there in the spirit world, and clearly it was a faux pas, but I don't think Adam meant it by any means.
Hope you can stay a good ghost roommate. All right, so that's my first email.
Cool. Let's move over into Stream Chat and see what's going on. Thank you so much, Wazzles. And now that this thing is no longer fisheye lens, I can hold the notifications right here in my hand when they pop up, and that's really fun. Thank you, Wazzles, for resubscribing for the third month in a row. I held my hand up and I was holding Haunter. And Zwazzle said in his resubscribe, this podcast live stream is my spooky familia. I look forward to each show. Smiley face.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really, really appreciate that. So do you want to take YouTube, or I'm sorry, Twitch, and I'll take YouTube?
Yes. It's just very short for me. It's just a lot of sweets, like So Sweet and Dawn hearts for Sam and Andrew.
Yeah.
And Kid Lightning says, yeah, I can watch a higher res now, and it's super smooth. We are glad that it is a lot nicer than it used to be.
We don't have a 100% success rate on that, though, because over in YouTube, I see Francisco say, had to move to YouTube, Twitch is acting up. So that sucks. I'm hoping that it's just on Twitch's end because we should have things all worked out. But I'll check all the settings because sometimes they just reset themselves. I see stuff over there in YouTube. Erica says, I love Robin's sweater with a big heart.
Thank you. My sister got it for me because
it is really cool.
We are really going to Disney a lot recently.
Yeah, annual passes will make you really want to go because I have a friend who went 91 times last year with this annual pass. Oh, he posted
the picture, right? With all his parking passes?
That's several $1,000s simply in parking that he saved.
I think we went 7 times last year because I have 7 parking things.
That's just way too much.
We went
Disney.
a lot.
I do really like California Adventure, though. Tamara over there on YouTube says, hi. Tamara says, this is the place to be. People can see this. Please confirm or deny. Yes, it's the place to be, and we can see it. And Erica let them know, indeed, you can see it. And Tamara said, that's fun. And they're asking, can we see? We absolutely can. And it's okay that you're new. We just appreciate that you're here watching.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Glitch says there's sirens going off at work. That sucks. It's always annoying when there's alarms and stuff going on and you're just trying to do your job.
It really is. When you're just trying to get through your day and all you hear is alarms, that's just a nightmare. The worst thing is when you have to stay. Unless you're a cop,
and that's just the thing that happens.
I think you wouldn't like that either if you're a cop because it means I have to go do stuff now.
Or what if you're a firefighter and that's just your job?
Same thing.
That's
Same
just
thing.
Your job.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it's just like when you get a brand new project put on your door or put on your desk at work on your door. And it's just like, here's some new stuff for you to do. I figure that's what the siren is for like cops and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. Or if you're working at a hospital and you hear an ambulance coming, you're like, ugh, more work. So who knows though? I don't know if any of you guys work in any of those professions. Let us know what your reaction is to sirens. So I just think
I'm just thinking Grey's Anatomy and everyone's waiting at the ER waiting for the
ambulances to show up. I'm just thinking like at work if we had a fire alarm going off and they're like, okay, you have to leave the building, but you're gonna come right back in and get your ass back to work because everything still needs to be done on time because that stuff sucks.
Glitch says it's a tornado warning.
That sucks. That really sucks. In December too. It's not even tornado season. That's freaking crazy.
I'll never say this normally, but get to a basement.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Get to a basement. Robin finally understands. So I'm going to move on into my second email of the night, and I mean third technically. And this one's subject is La Llorona as told by my family. And it starts out like this.
Sounds interesting.
Hello again. I just
friend
listened.
Of a friend.
I hate you. You do that every time. That's from Scott Pilgrim. And that it makes sense now why I wanted to watch Scott Pilgrim because I forgot that you incepted me last episode. Hello again. I just listened to your Mexican folklore episode, and I had to share the version of La Llorona I grew up with. My dad is Mexican, so as a wee little, I spent several summers with my abuelos/grandparents, aunts and uncles. I remember my aunt telling us about her. A long time ago, a woman fell in love and had children with a married man. He told her he would leave his wife. Never is the case, just saying.
Yeah.
He told her he would leave his wife for her and the 2 small children. The woman lived in a small village by the river below the mountains. In this small village, an unmarried mother was not looked on with compassion and acceptance.
It's really sad.
It's really shitty how people treat other people. I was thinking about that earlier today because we've looked over some of these things, and I just remember seeing stuff where it's like, this woman got a divorce, so she was ridiculed until she killed herself by, like, the culture that she lived in, which was in the 1800s, but it's like, mind your own fucking business and don't treat people like shit. Like, if you're going to look into someone else's business, it should be because you want to help them.
Absolutely.
So it's sad that they're going to treat this chick like this because we all know where this is going because we know what the subject of this email is. So getting back to it. So her life and that of her children was not happiness and sunshine, but she had hope. Hope that when he left his wife and married her, they would become a legitimate family and they would be happy and accepted. So on a night when the storms that had raged in the mountains for days moved down into her village, she received a letter. It was from her lover, the father of her children, their only hope. With this letter, he took away all that hope in just a few words. I wonder what he said in those few words.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, it's probably just bye, Felicia, however you say that in Spanish. His wife had finally given him a son, and now he could not leave her. In fact, he would stay by her side and instead never again see the poor woman and their children.
That's fucked.
This woman was so overcome with sadness and rejection, both from him and her community, that in her depression on that stormy night when the rivers were especially high from the mountain rains flooding, she picked up her sleeping children and walked out into the rain and wind, and she and her children weeping every step of the way. Oh, man. Like, my mom, if she tried to carry me to a river to drown me, I would probably try and shake myself loose as much as I could and run away.
Yeah.
Like, in a murder's rage, you probably have a good grip on your kids, and for the most part, you're stronger than your kids. But I'd like to think I could get away. My mom's down there like, I would have drowned that little bastard if I had a chance.
What?
Wailing into the wind, she brought her children to the river's edge. Her children cried out in fear as she put them both in the water. She held them under as they cried and cried until they cried and moved no more.
And then she drowned a cat, and then the little boy made cat noises in the afterlife.
Is that The Grudge?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate you. She let the river carry their small bodies away as she wailed louder and walked further and further into the water herself until a rush of water from the mountains crashed into her, taking her away to join her children. So this is like the story that we've heard about La Llorona before.
Yeah.
Now on especially rainy nights, you might still hear her cries on the wind, and if you do not cry or do not scream. If she hears you cry, she will come thinking that you are her children in those last moments of life, and when she sees you, she will drag you to the river and drown you. So this is the story that they heard from their, I think it was an uncle.
Yeah, that's a different, interesting ending, though. Like, if you scream or something, that
on
she'll
a stormy
drown
night.
you.
Yeah. Yep, good way to keep children quiet on those stormy nights when the power is out and they're bored being stuck inside. Thanks for reading, Christina.
My mom said not to scream or make loud noises after dark growing up. Like, I couldn't whistle or yell or anything because she said that the spirits would come get you.
Really?
Or, like, a demon would enter you or some shit.
I wasn't really threatened with, like, spirits or afterlife or anything like that, or, like, boogeymen.
Yeah.
If I was loud, I was threatened with the belt. It's like, shut up or I'm going to beat you. Not really. It was never that. It was like, come on, don't be a noisy asshole. And then every now and then my dad would spank me because if he was sleeping, that means he had to sleep for work.
I think it's like a culture thing maybe because...
Definitely.
I know a lot of Asians have that same experience where their parents told them ridiculous... what are those called? Not superstitions. Is it superstitions?
No, it's not.
FML. Just like ridiculous stories about if you don't do this, this will happen to you, or what.
Cautionary tales?
Yes, that.
Yes, ridiculous cautionary tales. I mean, I remember growing up, my parents had friends who had a little kid, and he wasn't obnoxious or anything, but like they had this little statue of a Native American like sitting cross-legged, and they named him Indy, like Indiana Jones, because he was, an Indian, which is incorrect. But they called him Indy, and they tell him like he would come to life and come after him if he did bad stuff. And I remember being over at the house, old enough to know they were lying, but just barely, and having this little kid like do stuff and be told like, if you do that, Indy's gonna get you.
Wow.
And him get super fucking scared. And like they used to say it about literally everything they didn't want him to do. And I was like, wow, eventually that's going to wear off. And it did eventually. And he was just like, whatever, don't even care. So, yeah, I just think it's a culture thing where it's like you use a boogeyman rather than using like, I will hurt you if you don't stop.
I was listening to an episode of MFM, My Favorite Murder. I absolutely love them. But someone sent an email to them about their growing up and their parents telling them like their parents had like magical spit. So whenever if they got a cut or something like that,
Oh my god.
they like licked their finger or whatever and then rubbed it. And I was just like, are you asking for an infection?
Oh, it's kind of cute because, like, you clean your kid up with your tongue or whatever sometimes. So I'm just realizing right now, looking at the camera, that we're not centered, and it's driving me fucking crazy. But I'm not going to get up and fix this. We just got to power through with it.
We're not centered?
No, because I'm, like, way closer to this end. Like, put your arm out to the left. Yeah, like, I'm just way closer to this side.
But you have freakishly long arms.
I do have long arms, but that doesn't mean that we're centered. So, yeah, fun stuff. I'm going to mark that so I can take out my complaints. But I am very happy with how the stream looks. So let's take a break and look over and see what you guys have to say. I know this is the episode that's coming out right after Christmas, so not everyone's going to be here. We kind of knew that to begin with. But I still want to interact with everyone that is here. So go ahead and keep chatting with us, and we'll read what you have to say. So I'm going to go over into YouTube.
On Twitch, Zwazzle says that it looks good. The new camera looks good. There just seems to be lighting changes every once in a while. I'm gonna assume because it's an actual camcorder now.
It's auto adjusting.
That it auto adjusts. So maybe we'll have to go in. Yeah, and my sister is going to help us set up different lighting. So hopefully it won't be so yellow. It'll be a little bit more.
Yeah, this one has auto white balance, and because of that it's changing things a little bit, and we're gonna need to get something to wash out our backlight too, and we should have that soon as well.
Yeah, so hopefully we can do that. Zwazzle says that story was theirs and wondered if they missed the first story that they sent in.
I don't know. We'll look that up later.
Yeah, we have no.
I don't think we've missed any stories, to be honest with you. We might have some that came in around the same day if you sent them like back to back. But yeah, every time we've ever been asked, did you guys read this story?
We have
read it,
somewhere.
and it's in a past episode, so it's probably back there somewhere. But let us know, and we'll try and check into it after the show. I'm looking over in YouTube, and Tamara says, "Why am I fangirling at that?" Because we read the message that she had sent.
We're normal people.
We are. You'll get used to it. Just the more you watch, the more you'll realize. Tamara says, "I'm a long-time listener, but this is the first time I've actually seen a live show. So thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy yourself. We're not doing these things because we think it's like, I don't know. We're not doing these things for us. We really think you guys would enjoy watching us and interacting with us when we read them. And I think it makes for a really fun broadcast to like read these scary stories and then debate. And on top of that, for those of you who are new, like Tamara, like we can debate a little bit further into like the authenticity of some of these stories. Because sometimes we'll be like some people will be like, that one didn't sound real. And you can go ahead and totally say that. Like, don't feel bad about that. Like, express your opinion, but do it in a respectful way. Because sometimes we read some stuff that's, some stuff that's far-fetched. So I'll go back over into here if you want to look over in your Twitch. I don't know if you're already done with it.
I'm at the bottom. Carly just says that she's still here watching, just in zombie mode from being exhausted by company. And that is totally understandable. It is the Christmas week, I guess, before. And then New Year's is coming up. So It's all just people constantly coming in and out, and I'm sure visitors and having to make food and cleaning up after kids that are ripping gifts open.
That's funny.
I'm sure it's just been hectic.
I was reading a Facebook post that said, like, there are two types of people that open gifts. People that have a garbage bag next to them while they do it, and monsters. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I can't not have that garbage bag to throw my wrapping paper into.
Yeah.
So what else is on there? Erica says, oh my God, no, let me turn on the lights first. That's so funny. I just recently started watching them live as well. She did. Our YouTube has been getting bigger, and our Twitch has been about the same. So that's fun to see. Talking about a La Llorona, my grandma, in parentheses, R.I.P. Queen, told my mom and my aunt/uncles not to go out because, but they didn't listen. They were near a river where they were picking fruits, and next thing they know, they were being chased by La Llorona all the way back to town. Wow. Send us that email. We definitely need to read the rest of it.
Crazy.
This was in Mexico and Rio Verde, San Luis Potosí. I think I said that correctly. I probably did not. So yeah, that's really intense. I would be terrified being chased.
I'm afraid of running into some random cryptid that no one's gonna believe me when I tell them that this has happened, and they're just gonna be like, okay, Bigfoot, whatever.
I kind of want to go down to a river during a storm and dress in all white and just chase kids and wear a wig. I think that would be really, really fun to do. If they're by the river, they deserve it. They shouldn't be by a river in the middle of a storm. I would just be there to be an asshole. I've seen a video on Facebook of like just this wailing happening in the background, and it's supposed to be La Llorona screaming during a storm, but it could also just be a cat dying, and there's no way to tell. So.
Cats, mating season. horrible sounds.
I don't think I've ever heard cats having sex.
It's horrible.
I don't want to. I'm not saying that because
Yeah.
I want to, but yeah, that's. I think it's a good thing. So
Cool.
right on. I think you
All
are
right,
next.
So it's my turn. This next email is titled, "Hello, new spooky friend, and a story too." And 2 months ago, so you're now a veteran?
A veteran spooky friend?
So hopefully if you've been around for these few months.
Hopefully you're still
Anyway.
sticking it out with us.
Hello, Adam and Robin. I found your podcast just today on Google Play while I was at work, and now I'm 9 episodes in and very glad I found you.
I'm very happy that Google Play worked for you because
Yeah.
we've had difficulties with it in the past.
Well, hello and welcome
Thank you.
to the Children of the Corn.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain that one for the people that are listening because that's a Twitch reference from
Oh,
a conversation that was happening during a
yes.
live show.
It's we love corn, and we do have our own corn lord and everything.
You're
It's a
not, okay,
thing.
you're not explaining it. You're just getting
You
deeper.
explain it.
No, you were the one that brought it up. You're getting deeper into the mystery of what
We
this
just
is.
love elote and we love corn, and we have a lot of listeners that do the same.
And there was a conversation, since you're not going to explain it, there was a conversation in the chat, in the show chat during that when we brought it up during an episode, and it went on for like 30 minutes and it went back and forth, and we had someone who's like, wait, explain this to me. I'm from Australia. I need to know more about this. So it was this really long corn conversation that happened in the background, and then we got donated money from Connor, and he was like, here's enough to go buy. It was like 40 pounds of corn. He did some like math really quick, so we started referring to him as Corn Lord. So that's where that comes
Yeah.
from.
So
For those of you, you're now all in on the inside joke, so we don't have to separate the audience into 2 segments.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Let's get back to that email.
all right. So it is a lot of fun, and I'm excited to listen to each episode. Also on the edge of my seat with anticipation for each story from Adam's father. Oh, snap.
They're good.
Do you have more?
I'm sure he has more. It's just a matter of getting them out of him.
You
Because
got
he does
one
not.
scraggly mustache, like hair, that's like all of them are going down, and just one's going like up.
There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, like, if anyone who's watching the side of my hair right now, like, I don't know where it's at, but it's just not. It's right there. It's not cooperating, and I just want to chop it the F off. It has, like, that's the only part of my hair that has product in it to try and keep it up here, and it keeps going. It just fucking did it, and I hate it so much. Let's keep going. Quit
All right.
criticizing my appearance.
So it's just because I looked over at you and I couldn't help it. Okay. Well, besides saying hello and telling you I enjoy your work, I also wanted to share a story from my past relating to your episode 5 topic, Ouija boards.
Sweet. Ouija board
Warning,
stories are some of my favorite.
warning, story is a little long. So bear with us while we read this. I'm sure it's not that long. They just
Finger
think it's
guns.
long.
Bear with us.
And I'm not drinking. What? Anyway.
We have been requested from someone that we do another episode where we get drunk. So they apparently enjoyed it, and they said that we should have a drunk episode. So
I can barely read sober.
what would be good is if you had contacts or your glasses for these, because I think that does help. And I think that some of the words that we miss here are due to some stuff not being sent correctly, and some of them are due to us reading incorrectly, and you're not helping your odds by not wearing your corrective
I will
eyelens.
put my
whatever.
contacts in next episode.
Okay,
How about
good,
that?
good
Okay.
to know.
I've lost my place. Okay. We just watched Mary Poppins yesterday. I'm totally in like music mood. I wish the Mary Poppins soundtrack was available. Is it available? Can we buy
It's
it?
probably available.
Oh, snap.
Usually when the movie comes out, the soundtrack's available for purchase.
When I was in high school, my friends and I decided to try out a Ouija board at a sleepover. We were at my friend Anne's house, and we gathered in the dining room / living room so we could see all of the first floor. Smart, but also frightening. We sat in a circle around the board. Before beginning, our friend Ella asked for protection of the circle and told us if it was a safe space and that we all must stay within until after we properly closed the board and properly closed the circle.
Okay, so
That's a lot of steps.
yeah, it's good because I've heard of these circles before. I've never participated in one. I've definitely seen stuff in True Blood where you can't break the
Oh
circle.
my gosh.
And Circles Assault
We
and
need to finish
Supernatural and
it.
all that stuff. True Blood just gets so bad, man.
We only have like 9 episodes left.
It got so bad, and I was just so over it. I was just not paying attention. I was like, it's when you watch something and then you realize you've been on your phone for a full episode. That's when I realized a show has lost me. And sometimes you're just addicted to looking at your phone because, you know, that's kind of how, like, our entire generation is or whatever. But yeah, with True Blood, I just did not give a shit about watching that show. So
I misplaced my phone earlier today because Adam got me a Kindle for Christmas.
hey,
And
shout
so
out to
now,
Kindle.
instead of carrying around my phone, I'm carrying around my Kindle, and I misplaced my phone because I was like...
She also, yesterday, someone asked her, like, look something up, and she was on her Kindle, and she tried to look for her back button to, like, look something up on an app, and she's like, oh, shit, this is my Kindle. This isn't my phone, because she's so used to reading it. She is terribly, terribly addicted to reading stuff right now. And what is the thing that you use? I know they don't advertise with us, but we should give them a
Kindle
shout
Unlimited?
out. Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, it's worth it. $10 a month? It's totally worth it.
And you just get a shit ton of free books, which is crazy.
Yeah, like Gerard Way has his entire comic book series, The Umbrella Academy. He has it on there on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to hit that up because I guess Danger Days, the album, My Chemical Romance, was totally based off of Umbrella Academy. Or something. I don't know.
I've heard that before from you specifically.
Yeah, so
it'll be interesting. I want to know how they are before I read them.
I love My Chemical Romance. So I have a problem. Anyway.
That's not a problem. It's just a preference. There's a difference.
So the email continues. I don't remember what we asked at all. I know there was a lot of silliness about crushes and people pushing the planchette and just generally goofing off. Goofing off.
I mean, that sounds normal. That sounds like people that are sitting around a Ouija board that are having a good time because... most of the times when I've heard people talk about using Ouija boards, they're like, nothing happened or someone was moving it. It's not always like, I summoned a demon and they destroyed the city or whatever happens. So
Gojira!
That's a bit different. That's a different origin story. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
I can't wait either.
King of the Monsters.
I think how they made Godzilla look in these new movies is so cute, and I just want to give him a big ol' hug.
He looks like a big puppy.
You know, I know in the trailer for the new movie where he's laying there and like I didn't want to pet him.
Well, I will say, and I know we're getting off topic again, but I will say that Godzilla King of the Monsters, the premises are like there's these giant storms and the Titans have something to do with it, which were all the giant monsters that you're going to see fighting. And anyone who's seeing the Kong Skull Island knows that like the reason that they've never found this island before is because there's like a constant storm that never stops around that fucking place. And I think that movie, the new Godzilla movie, is going to end with the storms all stopping, and it's also going to stop whatever was keeping King Kong trapped on that island, because they're setting up a Godzilla versus King Kong movie. They've already announced it, so I'm really hoping that King Kong, like the new generation of Kong, is like super fucking big, so he does stand a chance against Godzilla. But I also hope Godzilla wins that. So that's my prediction. If it happens, I'm going to call it on the show. I'm going to reference episode 46 of Storytime and be like, boom.
Okay.
Like back when I wore my Mitchell Trubisky jersey, and then he had fucking a 6-touchdown day, which was super awesome, and now the Bears are the NFC North champions.
I can't
Super happy
believe
about
I
that.
lost fantasy football this year.
Robin made it into our fantasy football championship.
Second place is
and her
not
team
first.
did not do well.
No.
Second isn't bad, but it's definitely not first. But
Yeah.
you've fared very well since we started. So
All right, yeah.
let's get back to this Ouija
Okay.
board story.
We didn't play very long when something changed. Again, I don't remember anything we asked, and I don't think we ever got any actual response/answers, but the general feeling was light and silly until suddenly it felt like someone was watching. Not just that hint of weirdness when you think someone might be, this was that dramatic, tight feeling in your stomach that makes you shoot your head up to look because you know someone is watching you. My head lifted and looked at the door behind one of my friends. It was a glass door sectioned off into 8 small windows, and it led into the backyard. This backyard had 2 entrances. One was a gate door that squealed and made clunky sounds. I'm just imagining like a high-pitched like scratch.
Yeah, I hear it in my head. I'm also playing with my hair again, and I apologize for being distracted.
Thanks. It had not been opened this night. So wait, one of the gate doors.
So it squealed. It wasn't open, and all of a sudden it's making a noise.
No. Okay, so there's a door that squealed if it was opened, and so far,
okay.
it hadn't made that noise yet. It wasn't open.
Thank you for the clarification.
The only other way to the backyard was the door that I was looking at. No one was in that backyard.
I wasn't going to say anything, but you...
No one was in that backyard, but I knew something was watching. I could feel it so much that I knew it was starting from the 3rd window down on the door, right beside the doorknob.
Quick shout out to Cab, who resubscribed for the 4th month in a row.
Thank you.
Their message was, "Woo! It's been a while. Haha."
I like
We put some energy into it
Nice.
that time.
I heard another of my friends laugh, which brought my attention back to the circle. It seemed like no one else felt it, so I thought I was being paranoid. The friend who had wanted to know about a crush, Christine, asked again. She told us to focus. I put my hand back down, but not quite on the planchette. I hesitated, but put my hand back on it, and after a moment, it moved. And after another moment, I jerked my hand back to my chest and gasped. I looked up and saw that Anne also held her hand to her chest, as did her other friend Carla, but Christine just looked at us with confusion. Ella whispered quietly to herself. I couldn't hear her, but she later told me she was again asking for protection within the circle. I have chills right now.
This is a good story.
Yeah. Now the reason Ella, Anne, and Carla and I all had this reaction was because we had all felt something while we had our fingers on the planchette. I have like chills going down my legs, man. We had all felt a heartbeat.
Whoa, fuck that. That's such a good detail. That's super creepy.
Isn't it bad to take your hand off of the planchette though while you're doing the thing?
Probably, yeah. But imagine you're feeling a planchette have a heartbeat like dum 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 dum.
So weird.
That's super creepy. Oh, that's such a good detail.
At this point, Christine wanted to continue, but the rest of us said no.
Fuck that, dude.
We put our hands back down so that we could close the board. The heartbeat was still there. The feeling of something at the window was still there, and it was unnerving, but Ella said we needed to close it. So we kept our fingers on, and Ella said some respectful words of goodbye, and we all moved the planchette towards goodbye.
Smart.
Just as we reached goodbye, we heard a laugh, not one of us and not out loud. The laugh I heard was very clearly in my mind. Ah!
That's super fucked up.
Super weird.
I've never heard a laugh in my mind. I have no inner monologue, and I never laugh, so that's why.
Okay. I heard Ella shout, "Wait, don't break the circle." I haven't moved, but I looked up and saw that Anne had stood up. The planchette was on goodbye. Ella said some final words and removed it from the board. She stood and thanked those who would guard and protect the circle and then closed it. So I wonder if Anne's going to get possessed.
I don't know the rules of doing like the circle. Everyone in the fucking chat is making fun of me because my fucking hair is still fucked up after all of that. Just keep going.
We turned on a movie, a comedy, and moved on with the night. Good way to skip the scary stuff.
I go for Disney when something has me all spooked out.
Yeah, last night he kept singing Fixer Upper from Frozen.
Just a bit of a fixer upper.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't spooked. I just felt like singing that. I've given up on my hair.
It's because we were watching Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
And so
it had me in a musical mood, for sure.
I didn't feel like I was being watched anymore, but something still felt off. In the next few days, we didn't talk about it, but the next weekend, I stayed with Anne again. She's possessed. Demons.
You're just going straight to being possessed, huh?
I asked if her heat was broken, and she looked shocked. She asked if I was cold. I said yes, and she told me she had been cold all week, but her parents said it was warm, and the thermostat said the thermostat said it was 70 degrees in the house. She said she also felt uncomfortable, but didn't have a solid reason. Finally, she asked me if I would take the board. It was hers, but she felt uncomfortable having it in her house.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's why you just don't buy one. If you don't know what you're doing, don't have it.
If you don't have a specific reason to have it, if you're not like trying to get like a password that you need from your deceased friend. Man, I need to watch the words that I say. You have a reference for everything. But like, unless you have a very specific purpose or a person you're trying to contact and you need to have a board, like having one around just to mess around with every now and then isn't a good thing. You're staring at my mustache. I can just fucking feel it.
All right.
I'm apparently a hot goddamn mess this episode.
I didn't really want to take it either, but something told me that trying to destroy or throw it away would be worse, so I took it. The next 2 weeks, while the board was at my house, my room was always cold. You know, maybe you should bring it to Vegas, because during the summers, we could use some cold air.
I will say you're always cold no matter what. I had this epiphany today. It could be 95 degrees in the house, and if there's any air movement, you're like, it's so cold in here. But if you step into a shower that has lukewarm water, you're like, that water is burning hot. And I just don't understand it. It's so weird.
It was hot. Okay. Anyway.
No, it's not.
I had nightmares every night, and then the last few days, I started to be really scared of the unfinished part of my basement. It's just the fact that it's a basement, just saying.
Yeah. The unfinished part usually creeps people out, too.
But I just don't want to walk downstairs into somewhere that doesn't have an exit other than where you came in.
Yeah, I can see that. That's another reason why it would be unnerving.
Okay. Carla came over and we talked about it. I told her everything. Then Ella came over. She did a light cleansing / blessing on the board, but I still insisted the board needed to leave my house. Carla was willing to take her turn, and that night, so that night and the next. Okay.
She usually, by the way, when we're recording this and we're not live, she headbutts her microphone when she stumbles on her words, and I'll be like doing the editing with it with my earphones on, and all of a sudden I'll hear her headbutt it, and it just shocks the shit out of me because it's like someone just smacked the microphone.
That night and the next, nothing changed. Ella came back, and this time she cleansed me and then walked my house and did a blessing / cleanse of my room and the basement. Good. That's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah. After that day, everything was normal again. I didn't feel scared, no more nightmares, room was normal temperature, and Carla never had a problem at her house. In fact, she said she actually felt like she had a slight streak of luck after bringing it to her house.
Wow. That's cool.
She got rid of the board before she left for college, no issues. That was my one and only Ouija board experience, but not the only one with an unwelcome presence. But that's another email.
Wow. Way to leave us hanging. That's really good. That was really, really, really good.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Like, seriously, I had chills all down my legs, like, reading. Like, ugh.
I have 3 friends, and, like, one of them was a friend. The other 2 were acquaintances, and they just started, like, hanging out, just the 3 of them for a while in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really talk to them much after that. But what I do remember is that they started fucking around with Ouija boards a lot. And, like, they used to think it was, like, the coolest thing to do, and it's because they thought they'd actually contacted something or were talking to it. And I remember catching up with one of them after a couple of years, and I'm like, whatever happened with, like, you guys being, like, you know, the 3 amigos not wanting to hang out with anyone anymore? And she told me, like, oh, we all stopped hanging out. Like, we had one really bad night playing with the Ouija board, and, like, we never wanted to hang out again after that. And, like, one person was, like, convinced that they were cursed and, like, blamed the other 2 people. It was really fucking crazy and really, really creepy. So, like, it's just, this is one of those stories that, like, it just has authenticity in it to me. I just feel like that. And it reminded me so much of those 3 people, because every time I try to get details, like, well, what exactly happened? They're like, I'm not fucking talking about it. Like, I just, the fact that they brought it up to tell me, like, this is why we don't hang out was more than enough for them to be sufficiently creeped out and, like, never want to talk about it again.
I could totally see that.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that with us. That was really good. So, and anyone else who has a Ouija board story, those are my favorite stories to get. So if you want to send those to us, please do, because I think they're so much fun. Even if they were horrific for you to live through, I am entertained by the things that you went through. So please share that with us.
Wow. Okay.
So kind of a dick thing to say, but totally 100% true as well.
All right. So going to the stream chat, Neon Scars says, this really makes my middle of the week and wishes Glitch Grim is staying safe, which is nice.
Stay safe, Glitch.
I'm really glad that you guys are taking the time to join us. I know it is Christmas week, holiday week, just New Year's.
This is a weird week, man. It's between Christmas and New Year's. Like, everything's just topsy-turvy right now. We have another Christmas party to do. I'm sorry I keep playing with my hair, guys. We have another Christmas party to do. I'm just
going to take scissors and cut it off.
I just want to. But we have another Christmas party that we're doing tomorrow. And, like, after this is over, I have to go get a turkey prepped and everything like that for it. And, like, who knows what else we're going to have to do. I mean, so there's just always stuff on your plate between these 2 weeks. You're, like, planning. You're wrapping up Christmas while planning New Year's or whatever the case may be. So, right on. Erica says, there's a lot of stories my mom has, like a black dog with red eyes chasing them, including my grandma all the way home from church. True story, last week I almost covered hellhounds, because there are so many stories with hellhounds, and so many cultures have different names for them, but they're all giant black dogs with glowing red eyes. And I was like, I kind of want to cover this, but it's a really broad topic. So I was like, maybe I should just do specific hellhound stories, like how there's the black dog stories, and then there's other stuff that they're called different things depending on the culture.
All I know is you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I was so sure you were going to go supernatural on that, so I'm pretty shocked, actually.
I love Elvis. You don't like Elvis?
I love Elvis, too, but I thought you were going to go with supernatural.
No, man.
I just said I thought you were going to go for a different reference. I didn't shit all over the king or anything like that.
I love watching Elvis movies. Guilty pleasure.
One of my guiltiest pleasures as a movie fan is 3,000 Miles to Graceland. It's ridiculous action movie where they're all Elvis impersonators.
I want to see that. I've never seen it.
It's Kevin Costner. He's the bad guy. And then it also has Kurt Russell as the main character. Courtney Cox is his love interest. It's a good movie. It's an actual really good movie. So And there's some facts tossed in there too, so I won't say what because it kind of like goes directly into the plot. But they're all Elvis impersonators, and it's just a fun movie. So if you ever get a chance, watch it. It's also rated R, so there's a lot of swearing in it. For those of you guys who don't like to watch action flicks that aren't rated R.
I love Elvis movies, but I can never find any on Netflix or Amazon Prime or anything like that. And so I feel like I'm going to have to one day just cough up a whole bunch of money and buy like an nice
Elvis collection. Right.
And not ones that are like his like 4 crappiest movies by Elvis. I hate that. I
have that collection. It just says 4 crappiest movies by Elvis. It's terrible. I hate it, but it's exactly what it said it was going to be.
But yeah, no, I love Elvis. Yeah.
Well, Erica over on YouTube says, I wish I could have asked my grandma one last time for that story. Yeah.
Aww.
I think about the stories with my grandfather a lot that I hear from my from my aunts and uncles and my dad. And they talk about stuff that happened. I'm like, I really wish I would have like understood Spanish enough where I could have spoken to him, like, and had an actual conversation. And I just never learned Spanish, dude. And it's a big regret of mine. Like,
didn't you take Spanish in school though?
I did, but he passed away in 7th grade. Like,
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
so I had like a conversation like through my parents, like talking to my grandfather before, and it was never. I was still a kid, you know. It was always like, you're adorable, like you're my favorite, like you should dance, and then he'd sing and I'd dance and shit. And it was never like, yo, dog, like tell me about your life. I never got that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys still have the opportunity to like ask your grandparents, like, yeah, totally do that. What else is on here? I'll let you read some stuff over from Twitch.
Raisin Rebel says Mexican Horror Stories are my fave. Do y'all have a comp of that? I'm gonna assume comp means compilation.
Let us know what comp means, and we'll answer that question.
I'm gonna assume it's compilation, and we do have an episode on legends,
some Mexican folklore stuff.
Yeah, some folklore
not
stuff.
All of it. There's so
lot.
much of it, but like some of the stuff that we touched on. So
right.
We've done Dia de los Muertos as well.
Swazzle says, "Oh hey, that's my first story."
Cool. I had a feeling
that
you sent those together because we just send them off in the order that we received them. Unless like for whatever reason like there's just like a 1-sentence thing, in which case like I'll try and review it, or I'll send it over and be like, hey, check this one out too. So good. I'm glad to know that we didn't miss anything.
Glitch says corn.
It's just
for the corn.
I hate when we keep bringing up these references that our normal listeners are gonna be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Because if I was listening to a show that kept making like inside joke references to itself that I didn't get, I'd be like, you know what? I must have missed something. I'm gonna stop listening. So I hope no one's been like that. But now I hope everyone knows what the corn references are about.
Yeah, it's just because we love to eat it, and
we do love elote. We love
elote. Oh my gosh. Raisin Rebel says a drunk episode would be awesome. We did have the drunk story time that couple
It was
weeks
a tipsy
ago.
story time,
Tipsy
and it was
story
just you
time.
that was tipsy. I got my drink at the end of the night, so I didn't even get an effect from it. Erica over there says on YouTube, Robin, you need to read For Better or Worse by Margot Hunt. I'm halfway through it, and it's so good.
Is it digital? Can I get it digital, or do I have to go get paperback? Because I do have Amazon credit from Christmas.
We do. We got a lot of Amazon credit, and I'm super excited.
So
my mission right now is to get myself a new cell phone, because my cell phone's 2.5 years old now, and it is on its last legs. But if that doesn't work out, I don't know. There's a couple things that we have on our Amazon list that would help improve the quality of the show.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I'm looking at the bookshelf right now.
Look at this shit.
And I can't believe that now that it's like in HD, you guys can see in detail the nightmare that is my bookshelf. It is horrible. Don't look at it.
It's supposed to be 1080p, and that's good stuff. It was supposed to be 1080p before with the GoPro, but it never really worked right, which is one of the reasons why we had so many problems over there on Twitch.
So Ozzel said reading is a good addiction to have.
It's true. Reading is much better than heroin, and it's good for you. So
Raisin Rebel says, "Oh my loud, stop messing with your hair."
It's fucking like there was one point where it was just like it was falling down, and I pinched it, and I just put it out to the side, so it was like a fucking right angle on my head.
I feel like I should be the one that's messing with my hair all the time.
But you look perfect every episode, and I look like hot garbage. I look like I just crawled out of a dumpster. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Lasso over on YouTube says, the hair is still winning, Adam. I've given up. I've forfeited. Erica says, happy birthday, Lizzie, because I skipped this message, and now I feel like a fucking asshole for that. Lizzie over on YouTube says, I've listened to your podcast since you started, but this is the first time I've managed to catch you guys live. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Lizzie.
Happy birthday.
That's so awesome. And I'm watching you guys, and watching you guys is the highlight of my day. Your birthday should be filled with nothing but happiness, and I'm hoping that means that you really enjoy the show, because this lame-ass show being the highlight of your day makes me wish that we could have given you something a little bit more special.
Yeah.
But, hey, we're here and we're going to do our thing, and if you enjoy it, then that's a good thing. So happy birthday, though. You're one of those Christmas babies born right around Christmas, and I hope you don't get gifts that say for Christmas and your birthday.
Oh, my gosh. That is the worst.
Lizzie thanked Erica. Erica said, you're welcome. And Lasso says, hair equals 1, Adam equals 0.
Glitch says, Mothra. Save us, Mothra.
That's funny.
I want Godzilla to win always.
I think what's going to wind up happening, and this is just my speculation, is that Godzilla is going to be a good guy, obviously, and Mothra is going to wind up being a good guy because they have to fight Rodan and King, what's-his-face, the three-headed one, which is just so cool looking.
Cerberus?
No, it's a dragon with 3 heads. It's like King Ghidorah. I don't know how to say it properly. I just made up my own names when I was a kid and I was watching those. So.
What's the 3-headed dragon from Hercules?
I don't know. I really don't. The 3-headed hound from hell is Cerberus. Cerberus, whatever. I hate you so much. Fun stuff.
La. Okay. This also says, you don't want this cold. Trust me when I said bring the board to Vegas because it gets hot in the summer. Yeah, I'm going to.
That's funny.
I'm going
to summon a demon just to save on my fucking cooling bills. That's very funny.
Glitch says, I need one of those for a Texas summer. I mean, demon can't be too bad for free AC.
That's funny. Erica over on YouTube regarding the book she recommended says, I have no idea. I got it from a subscription box called, quote, Book of the Month. So
I have heard of that subscription box. I was addicted to subscription boxes for a while, and so I had...
Yeah, for a while. It's like she still gets a fuck ton of them.
No, I get maybe 2 a month now instead of, like, I had 6 at one point. Hydra. Duh, Hydra!
No, it's not what it's called. That's what a Hydra is called.
Oh!
Glitch Grim got it right. That's why I pointed. King Ghidorah. That's what his name is. Or her. I don't know. But yeah. It's that's Godzilla's like big bad, so it's gonna be a cool fucking movie. It's probably gonna be a terrible movie, but I'm gonna enjoy every minute I see of like high res CGI monster fighting. It's gonna be good stuff.
Girl Panic says, imagine trying to haunt someone and realizing you're just being used for free AC.
Oh my god, you've been catfished even as a ghost. How do you kill yourself if you're already a ghost? Am I right? It's like you'd have to step up your fucking game and start possessing some shit and then just destroying pictures. That's probably happened. That's probably what makes ghosts into poltergeists is they got catfished by a human while they're still a ghost and they're like, all right, now I'm going to fuck with someone. Like now I'm angry about this. As well as said, I meant Hydra was the one with Hercules. Perfect. Good call.
Have you ever watched Hercules, the cartoon?
No.
Oh, man.
Or the TV show. Kevin Sorbo, hit me up because you're still really cool,
Xena?
Dude. Never watched Xena. No. I wasn't into those. I just wasn't. Like, I was watching other stuff.
But you watched He-Man.
Well, I was a fucking child in the 80s when He-Man was on. Like, Xena and Hercules were the 90s.
Okay.
He-Man was awesome, by the way. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the fucking podcast before. I'm going to mark this because I'm going to include this in the actual release of this and not just the Twitch thing. So, this is coming from a conversation that we've had in the Twitch chat, and we brought up He-Man. I'm named after He-Man. That is 100% true. Because my parents really wanted me to be a girl, and they decided they're going to name me Danielle if I was born a girl, and they didn't really pick a name for the boy. They're like, who knows? So when people would ask, like, oh, what are you going to name it? And they'd be like, if it's a girl, we're going to name it Danielle. And then my brother would be like, because my brother was like 3 at the time, he'd be like, if it's a boy, we're going to name him He-Man. And everyone would laugh. And then I was born, I was a boy, and I just imagine my parents being like, well, shit. What's He-Man's real name? Does anyone know? And someone was like, Prince Adam. And they're like, cool, just put it down. Whatever, Adam. So I know there's more thought that went into it. That's my version of the story. My mom's probably downstairs like, I'm going to punch him in the face when he gets out of there. But yeah, I was named after He-Man. That is a true story. So shout out to He-Man, Master of the Universe. Also, super highly underrated movie, Masters of the Universe, Dolph Lundgren as fucking He-Man. Frank Langella, I forget how you say his last name, as Skeletor. And that was one of the first movies that had a post-credit scene. Yeah,
really?
If you've ever watched Masters of the Universe, you haven't watched through the credits, you fucked up, and you should go back and rewatch that shit.
What happens?
Not going to tell you. It is a huge spoiler, though.
Oh, okay.
Yep, good stuff.
All right. So, Raisin Rebel says Elvis has movies. There are so many movies. Everyone's saying he has so many movies. Yeah, my favorite is, I think it was like GI Blues or something. That one is really good.
I just remember Love Me Tender. That's the only one I really remember from being a kid.
Glitch says the GI Blues. I fucking called it. I love GI Blues. Love Me Tender, Viva Las Vegas,
Really
Jailhouse
hoping
Rock.
this camera
Jailhouse
doesn't
Rock
die.
is good too.
Jailhouse Rock is good.
Wait, why? What just happened?
Nothing at all. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, this is going a little bit too well now. Like, we're kind of cruising. So, like, what would happen to make this thing go wrong? And the camera dying is it. So.
Glitch says, Blue Hawaii was my grandma's fave.
I remember Blue Hawaii, too.
There are a lot. Just go and watch Elvis movies because he is super gorgeous and I love the music in them. And there's one where he sings like Creole type stuff. And I forget what the title of the movie is, but I don't know. I love it. It's good. Go watch some Elvis movies.
Glitch Grim, I'm stealing some of your Twitch chat. Glitch Grim over there says, I was named after Boots. I am pissed.
What?
And then I see my mom chiming in. That story is 100% true. Adam is named after He-Man. And then in all caps, by the power of Grayskull. Nerd. Now everyone knows where I get it from.
FIFA Madness says, I'm going to assume to you, you're
What?
clapping those cheeks.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is it because my cheeks are rosy red? Because I have rosacea.
I don't know.
Or is that a reference to Are We Banging? In which
I
case,
don't
none of
know.
your business.
None yo business. Okay. And we're at the bottom.
Raisin Rebel says, oh my God, your mom is a G. She is. My parents are badasses, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so is it your turn?
It is my turn. So I will go ahead and move on with my final email of this podcast. And the subject here...
this episode.
Well, oh yeah, good point. This podcast episode. The subject here is, you can read this on the pod. That's a really good subject to have for you folks that don't know where to work that in. And it starts out like this. Hey, guys. Hello.
Hey.
Allow me to preface this with the fact that I stumbled across your podcast while seeking out creepy shit to listen to while working. To my dismay, most podcasts sound like an AM radiocast. AM radiocasts aren't a bad thing sometimes because Coast to Coast was a fucking awesome show. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
No, it was a show called Coast to Coast that wasn't Space Ghost. But it was a really cool one. I really liked that show. Getting back to the email. I lost interest immediately at the thought of listening to some watered-down version of, quote, the most haunted places in America. I love this email already.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to say, bitch, I've watched a haunting since I was 12. I already know. And then a flip-off emoji. This email is my spirit animal. I wanted to share some creepy stuff from my childhood that still makes me run up the stairs, illuminate my whole house on the way to the bathroom after falling out of my REM cycle, and run and jump onto my bed at 28 years old. When my parents got a divorce circa 1993, and after moving from apartment complex to apartment complex, my mom moved into my great-grandfather's house after his passing. Shout out to Brandon Fuertes, who just followed us on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. He was an amazing man and a war vet that never showed any vulnerability that I could remember. Nevertheless, I was thrust into yet another living situation but had no idea what lay in front of me for the next 15 years of my life.
Holy crap.
I always felt heavy after leaving my dad's to visit my mom for a weekend or the summer off of school. In parentheses, their arrangement was backwards. Most kids end up with their mom predominantly, but we were with my dad. I have a friend who had the same thing happen. I think they had 4 kids, and they all wound up with the dad, too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really hard to do, being a
Yeah.
single parent. And, like, shout out to Frank, because he was a badass raising those 4 kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a badass.
Joe's dad?
Joe's dad.
What?
I remember Joe told me this story that he got a check finally for, like child support that he, like, just hadn't been getting. And I think he just decided he wasn't going to, like, depend on whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, my dad opened up mail, and he fell on the ground. I thought he was having a stroke. And he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he, like, handed him a check, and it was, like, the back child support that he had been owed.
Wow.
And so he was being dramatic. He's like, oh. So, I don't know. I just think of that moment every time I think of Frank.
That's funny.
So, shout out to your dad. So, and your mom, too. Just because you got a divorce doesn't mean she doesn't deserve a shout out.
Right.
So, same thing for Frank's, or not Frank, for Joe's mom. Shout out to Joe's mom. Let me get back to this email. So they had the heavy feeling visiting this particular house because they go there on the summer when they're off to hang out with their mom. I couldn't shake the cold at night, and I never felt alone. My mom used to cry and randomly dash for the phone and call my aunt or my grandmother and have secret, I hope you heard those quotations, conversations about weird stuff happening to her, which I overheard because we had one of those long cordless phones that could stretch to the fucking parking. Okay, this is a weird sentence, and I'm going to try and get it right. That could stretch to the fucking park down the street, and I'm nosy as hell. Okay, there we go. At night, my mom used to tuck my older brother in first. His room was in a loft above our garage, and my room was right next to my mother's, so it made sense for her to come back to me later.
That's scary, having one of your kids in a loft above your garage.
Yeah.
Is it like a separate
I would imagine
building?
the entrance is from like the inside of the house, but it goes over the garage, and that's where it's like located. But I don't know.
I imagine it like Who's the Boss, where it's like a separate building altogether.
Who's the boss?
Isn't that how it is in Who's the
I
Boss?
can't remember Who's the Boss at all. I just remember Tony Danza and Alyssa Milano were in Who's the Boss. That's all I remember about that show.
There was a show I used to watch when I was younger where there was the main house, and then they used to always hang out in the area between like the garage that had the room and shit above the garage. So there's a room above the garage, and then the driveway where the cars would go if it weren't a TV show, because the TV show never has a car there. And then the main house, and they'd always hang out there, and I don't know why. But
so that's what you're picturing.
That's what I'm picturing.
Okay, well that's where the brother is, and then the person who's writing the email is in the house, or is in the room closer to the mom's. So they're going to the garage loft first to tuck the brother in, and then on the way back to their room, they're going to tuck in the person who wrote this.
All right.
And it goes on to say, I didn't know why at the time, but I hated having my door shut all the way. I made my mom leave the living room lamp on and would leave my door cracked. I felt suffocated already just being there in that room. I had a daybed and used to stack my stuffed animals in a perfect circle all around me as a protective barrier. And then in quotations, Tigger will fuck you up, darkness.
Oh my gosh.
That is so funny. I just love the idea that like your stuffed animals are going to protect you, because I feel like every kid ever
But that just reminds
had
me
that thought.
of that movie with the dinosaur.
New Nightmare?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that too.
I've never seen it. We should watch it.
We're going to watch it sooner or later.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. My mom was a, quote, cat lady and used to save cats from local shelters and paid for the rehabilitation and surgeries with the intent to give them to a good home. That's pretty awesome. But never did, so they stayed. I could not get any of them to sleep with me, ever. They loved me, but they would hiss and yowl when I tried to keep them in the room with me. One night, my mom was upstairs tucking my brother in, and fuck, even reliving this gives me the creeps. My closet door popped open.
Nope. No. You run right out of there and run to wherever your mom is. Like, I can't. No.
Okay.
No.
Mind you, we had a swamp cooler, and I thought that it was the wood swelling, and it was hard to shut anyway. But then I saw what?
You should describe what a swamp cooler is, because I didn't know what a swamp cooler was until a few years ago.
Well, since you've learned it, why don't you describe it, bro? Since you have your hand on my shoulder in this very awkward moment.
Isn't a swamp cooler just like a fan with something cold?
I have no idea what a swamp cooler is. I'm asking you to describe it to me.
It's like not an air conditioner. It's not. Okay, Glitch, tell us what a swamp cooler is.
Why are you asking Glitch?
I just assume he knows.
Why are you assuming Glitch knows?
Because
this is rude.
I just saw that his name's the last one on the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, someone let us know what a swamp cooler is. And for those of you who know, you're just sitting there like, are you fucking serious? Yeah,
because
don't know what a
swamp
cooler is.
It's not like an air conditioner. It's like it's just a fan that.
So I don't think a cooler sounds like air conditioner. I think cooler like something that you put stuff into. So I have a completely different picture of what a swamp cooler is in my head.
Swamp cooler is supposed to like condition the air, but it's not air conditioning. It's like a lower grade air conditioner.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
I don't know.
Okay, so we had a swamp cooler, and I thought the wood was swelling, and it was hard to shut anyway. But then I saw a depression in my bed right next to my leg. Fuck you thing. I just shut my eyes and pretended to snore like an idiot. I then felt the hair on my face and neck move like a breeze and heard a faint hi.
Nope.
Fuck you, it says in all caps. I leaped over my stuffed animals, in parentheses, they were on their own, and bolted to my mom and brother. My mom played it down, and my brother was freaked out, so he stayed up all night watching the Mighty Ducks on repeat. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love the Mighty Ducks.
The flying V formation could have protected you, just saying. After that, I found it harder to get to sleep, and I knew my mom was hiding something. Halloween came shortly after, and my aunt and cousin came over to trick-or-treat with us. That night, my aunt and mom were at the dining room table after we went a few blocks with full pillowcases of candy to dump and go back out. They were kind of buzzed, drinking hot toddies, and my aunt said something about, Grandma hated me. She loved you, to my mom.
Now I need to know what a hot toddy is.
And my mom responded, it's just booze. And my mom responded, no, that's not true. You just didn't understand her. All of a sudden, the dining room table started to shake and levitate, and my aunt's cup burst into pieces. We were all silent. My brother started screaming and crying, and my cousin ran out of the front door. In parentheses, she's not on my zombie apocalypse team anymore. My mom and my aunt stared at one another and didn't say a single word. I knew the truth was coming out soon. So we skipped to December. Skipping to December, I lost my place. Okay, here we go. So we skipped to December. My mom decided to paint my brother's room before Christmas, and guests arrived later that year, and she was on a ladder telling me how ugly the yellow paint was and how she wanted to change it, but great-grandma loved it. She made one last brushstroke after that statement, and the ladder started to shake, throwing her down a flight of stairs. Wow. That's super fucking scary. Like, that's at that point where I would consider that, like, poltergeist activity if it's going to, like, hurt her. So she gets thrown down a flight of stairs. All right, assholes. I live here too. What the fuck is this? After waking up with the cupboards open and things misplaced my whole life, I demanded answers. One night, flash forward to 15 years old, I asked my mom what the hell was going on after a ton of other weird shit happened that I could go on for days about. She finally told me that my great-grandmother was severely depressed and an alcoholic and had one day doused herself in alcohol and lit herself on fire in the upstairs bedroom. Also, right next to my room, like, shared a fucking wall with my room. So all this had happened, and that's just horrible. She didn't pass. She lived in her room, in parentheses, my room, and spent the rest of her days taking depression and pain medicine and with alcohol, and passed a short year later. So that is a horrific end, and I can't imagine living in a room where someone had that happen to them. I feel her with me always and cried because everyone in my family suffers from depression and anxiety and some sort of addiction. I feel safe being watched because I feel like I've had some close calls in my life in that house, but with my drinking, but I was being protected. This podcast helps me feel not so alone and not afraid to share our story. Thank you guys for all that you do. That's really, really, really nice to hear.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we wanted to put this out there for you guys to share stuff that you don't feel comfortable sharing in normal sense. P.S. Adam, I'm a fan kid, and I live in Colorado in the mountains where it gets cold as hell. My friends call my room the Arctic Wind Tunnel. Robin, I'm Team Jacob. Sorry. I'm Native American, and I ride dirt bikes. Nuff said. Love, love, love you dudes so much. Here are my omen babies. I only adopt black cats because people are still superstitious of them. Ha, quote, it says H.A., quote coming. I'm not superstitious. I'm just stitious.
Wow.
That's hilarious. That was an excellent story to be my last one for the night. So thank you so much for sending that in.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that. It's a really, really sad and horrible way for someone to like try and end their own life and then wind up having that be the end of their life. And I kind of understand like having an angry spirit in the house after someone meets their end that way. But at the same time, like throwing someone down a flight of stairs is so really terrifying. Intense. Like we like getting the stories that tell us what happened in this stuff. But when you when you hear something like that, you're like, wow, like that went from being like a haunting story where we're all kind of interested. Like I'm legitimately worried about this person's safety right now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad when it like the activity I don't think ceased, but once you got an understanding of it, you are far more comfortable living in that house.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. That's super creepy. So, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have stories like that, and you're like, I don't think anyone will believe me, so I'm not going to tell anyone. But please send them our way if you feel like you need to tell someone, and you can tell us like, hey, I don't want this shared. I just wanted to tell someone. We've gotten that multiple times. So cool. I think that we're going to look over into Stream Chat and see what you guys had to say.
Yeah. We had some douchebag come into chat and say some horrible shit. So
I saw you going with the ban hammer. So
I reported, but it won't let me ban the person. I blocked the person, but I don't know if they made the account and then deleted their account. I don't know.
Are you logged in on your account or are you logged in under Scarish?
Under my account.
All right. Well, if you want to do this, I will go in there under the Scarish account as much as I can while we're doing this.
I can try to read. All right. Linda says a swamp cooler is an evaporative cooler used before the advent of the refrigerated room air conditioner.
That sounds like a good copy and paste from Wikipedia, Mom.
Cooling was done by evaporating water, and swamp coolers only worked well in dry climates. And Glitch did know what a swamp cooler was.
Shout out to Glitch. You're our guy, bro.
He said that it's a wet air cooler for low humidity areas. So I guess, it's because it's dry, it kind of adds moisture into the air. And but yeah, so it's cool that you didn't know what a swamp cooler was. So now you know. Cool. And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, so we're going to work out trying to
Yeah, I'll take care of that
do
if
that.
you just want to read the rest of the stuff.
I can't. I'm done.
That's it? That's all that was said during the story? Well, vamp a little bit then. Talk to the people, Robin.
To the people.
Tell them about the movie we just watched.
Oh, yeah. So we went to go watch Mary Poppins last night because I am absolutely in love with the first one. And Linda was in love with the first one. We were all singing.
And your sister was in love with the first one.
Yeah, we were all singing like the original Mary Poppins songs. And unfortunately, the new movie obviously doesn't have the older songs in it. But it did have like snippets of music, like Let's Go Fly a Kite. They had like little audio snippets, like little just the music from it, not the words, but like little music parts in there. Which was really neat, and you guys should go see it. It's really good. If you love Disney movies and love Mary Poppins and love musicals and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Even Adam was like, Lin-Manuel Miranda's amazing.
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think he's incredibly talented, and I'm glad he's like finally getting recognition that he so very much deserves.
Right. And
so I'm looking at it right now, and it says users, and it doesn't show a user in here by the name of whoever it was that said that shit. So I think they've left, and you've managed to get rid of them because it's QREO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gone. So I don't see them in here anymore. And if they come back in, you said you were able to get rid of the message and block.
No, I blocked them from my own account. I don't know how to block them from.
Yeah.
Like we are new to Twitch doing the actual streaming part, and so I don't know how to do.
I mean, you are an admin. I should say you are a moderator, so hopefully whatever you did was able to block them from the channel entirely. So hopefully we don't see any more of that shit come back, and that's a good thing. So I'll switch over to YouTube, and then we'll see what you folks had to say.
Oh, also, thank you, Jang Mi, for subscribing with Twitch. I think that's
thank you.
Awesome.
Alexandra over there in YouTube says, almost missed the live show. We're very glad you didn't miss it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Brandon says, your cheeks are rosy just like the logo. You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I see there's stuff in the YouTube channel now that or there's stuff in our channel now that's YouTube links. So we need to get rid of that because I don't know what the fuck that's about. But you are not allowed to advertise in here. It's one of the things that we've talked about before. So please don't do that. We do need a Twitch mod. And
I don't know how to make people mods either.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all this all at once. So if you want to vamp some more, I'll try and take care of that.
All right.
You're terrible. You're terrible at vamping. You're the absolute worst at vamping.
I hope you guys enjoyed this past episode that we did, the Christmas episode. And I didn't realize how many people actually enjoyed Krampus because after that episode, people started posting like pictures in the Discord and stuff about of stuff that they made, Krampus themed stuff. And I had no idea that there was a Krampus pop, like a pop figure. And it looks so cool, and I want it so bad, but I guarantee it doesn't exist anymore. But it had like on the back of Krampus, it had like a little basket that had a kid in it.
You're talking to me like I'm going to be able to interact with you now, and I'm like totally doing this.
But yeah.
All right, I was able to ban the person who put that link up. So if they weren't trying to be like evil or anything, that link just looked super suspect, and they did not comment on anything we were talking about. They were just like, click this link for blah, 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 derp. And Glitch, since you're always here and we 100% trust you, now that we don't trust anyone else, I'm going to try and make you a moderator really fast because you are 100% always here. So let's see what I can
you're
do.
here every single episode. It's so cool. And you can help us make this work. Is it not working?
I'm just struggling through it, so please,
my bad.
please
Sorry.
keep vamping.
Sorry. I will have to look up that figure online because it was just too cute. We are weak for figures, and I definitely. Oh, it still exists. Zazzle says it still exists for $9 on Amazon. I need it. I will probably buy it with my new fangled Amazon credit that I got for Christmas. I'm weak for Gundams. If you guys saw all our models and stuff, you'd be like, what nerds? Because our glass display cases are just a bunch of figures. My sister got me more Fallout figures for my little Fallout shrine I have going on. Oh, wait. She redeemed a question. Jangmi did. I don't know how to read it.
I literally can't do that right now.
Oh, all right.
I will get to it. I promise we will get to this. I'm just trying to figure out how to just set something up really fast.
Okay, cool.
It's like the live dashboard is no help whatsoever because you figure you'd be able to click on someone who's in your channel and say like make admin or make mod. No, it's all different stuff. It's like, you want to gift them a subscription? Would you like to be friends with them? Would you like to ban them forever? Would you like to time them out? And then it says mod user, and if I click that, it just says the user's been modded. And I don't know what the fuck that means. So, yeah, super frustrating. It's not been the best stuff with Twitch tonight. That's kind of shitty. So
if you go into the chat, it doesn't let you do anything?
No, it's the same thing as right here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're like, let me vamp. How do I vamp? Let me make this word last forever.
Sorry.
Man. Jangmi's question was, hi, what is your crew neck size, Robin?
My crew neck size? Women's sizes, I'm an extra large because I'm a fatty. And
don't do that. Don't badmouth yourself.
And men's sizes, I'm a large. So this hoodie, I think, is an extra. This hoodie is an extra large. I'm pretty sure. My sister got it at Target. I don't know. But yeah, no, I wear much larger women's sizes than I don't know, some. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You know, you are the next person to be reading.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know why you're just vamping and then like looking over me.
Because you said vamp. You didn't say read.
I figured like you just get to your story.
All right. So this next email.
Transition. This is the last one of the show, last one of the night. Let's transition this really hardcore, and I'll keep screwing around over here while you do that.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Cool.
Set. Transition.
Okay. So I'm going to read our final email of the night.
I'm so excited.
And the subject is hello.
Hello.
Hello. Salutations.
Greetings and salutations.
Hey guys, my name is Stephanie, and I'm from Vegas too.
Hooray!
We really need to
A Vegas
actually
meetup.
yes, because there are so many people from Vegas that we probably run into randomly.
We never realize we bumped into them.
Exactly.
If you bump into us ever and you recognize us, please stop us and say hello.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated whatsoever. We're normal people. We will not be mean to you, and if we are, you can throw hot coffee in our face.
No.
Please don't do that.
No, you can't.
We won't be mean to you. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, just stop us and say hi. We've had people stop us and say hi before. Most bizarre experience of my life. And then we hung out with them for the rest of the day.
It was awesome.
I'm not saying I'm going to guarantee hanging out with you for the rest of the day, but if we can, we will like to hang out with you and just like get to know you.
Yes.
So.
The email continues. Anyways, so let me just say I've been listening to your podcast for almost a month now. So I'm new, but I'm determined to finish every podcast. I'm on episode 14. They're so amazing. I listen to them all the time on my way to school and even in school when I can really enjoy them. Please keep doing what you're doing. They're amazing. You guys are very sweet and very supportive.
So, okay, I just want to say this really fast. I'm trying to figure out how to make someone an admin on our Twitch page for reasons. And I typed in how to make someone, and then the number one suggestion from Google was have an affair with you. That's fucking weird, Google. Like, what? Jesus Christ. I swear it just popped up, and I just kept typing, but I'm like, I have to mention this because that's super creepy. I don't know why you're looking at this. These are different suggestions.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to talk about my sleep paralysis and about an odd thing that happened to me when I was younger. My sister Wendy a while ago emailed you guys about my sleep paralysis, and now here I'm adding on. So I've been having sleep paralysis for a long time now. I want to say since I was 10 or 11. I don't know when or how this started, but I remember the first time I got sleep paralysis. I was sleeping in my room one day after school, and I remember having one of those baby alive dolls. I hate...
What's a baby alive doll?
I'm assuming they're ones that are where you have to feed them and stuff like that, where it's an actual kind of live doll.
Wait, so it's like a living doll? Or it just
where you,
behaves like you have to
feed
take care of it?
and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I remember feeling like I couldn't move, but I could see the usual suspects when it comes to sleep paralysis. And I remember closing my eyes and then suddenly opening them, and it would be in a different position. Her baby alive doll would be in a different position.
That's fucking creepy.
And that totally freaked me out. I know it isn't that creepy, but that was the first time that happened to me. I didn't have sleep paralysis for a while, but it would always come back, and then it wouldn't happen, and it would be so terrifying every time. I just want to say that every time I have sleep paralysis,
Keep going.
I just
right.
want to say that every time I have sleep paralysis, I never dream anything bad or see anything. So that's a good thing.
That is a really good thing.
But every time I get sleep paralysis, it's when I sleep with the lights off, which is super weird. But recently, I've been getting sleep paralysis that have been getting pretty bad, not in the way of seeing anything scary, but the feeling of not being able to breathe. I don't know if it's normal or not, but I'll just be sleeping and all of a sudden I feel like I can't breathe. Like my throat just closes up and I can't breathe anymore. I can't move, so I can't get up and be like, yo, what's going on? But I could hear myself struggling to breathe, and it sucks because I can't get up. Like, not even if someone tries to wake me up, because I'll end up falling asleep again thinking I had gotten up, but I didn't. That's so confusing. Like, imagine being in that situation and not knowing what's going on.
Right.
La 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 la. And then once again, I feel like I can't breathe. I don't think it's anything like paranormal, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because I know you guys have talked about sleep paralysis and want to know if you guys know anyone who has the same experience. The next thing I want to talk about is my odd experience. I don't want to say it was a paranormal experience because I'm not sure if it was. So I was really young when this happened, around 5 or 6. I'd stayed home from school because I was super sick. Me and my mom were sleeping in a room and I had woken up, but I didn't want to get up. So I just laid there and had turned over to have my hand dangling off the bed. Oh, nope. And when this had happened, I was wide awake.
That's where you put it if you want the demons to get you.
I like the one where it's like you putting your hand on the side of the bed, demon grabbing your hand. You're just like,
so what are we?
Yeah.
I love that one. That's really good.
So I had put my hand down and I felt something touch my hand. And it felt like someone's hand touched my hand. After that, I was, what the fuck? Oh, no. After that day, I never slept on the edge of the bed, and I make sure I always have my hands and legs on the bed under the covers. Also, my mom had told me that she had experienced something similar in the same house.
Get the fuck out of that house.
No, yeah. You call the police and have them check every little nook and cranny, because that's scary. She had her head hanging over the bed.
Her head?
Yeah. And she had
that's
felt
just weird.
Someone pull her hair, which I totally believe because I had almost the same experience with this. Other than that, I've never had any paranormal experiences. I hope you can read this on your podcast. Thank you for keeping the podcast so interesting. Honestly, I haven't found any other podcast that's kept me hooked. So thank you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you for being hooked on us.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Yeah, that's fucking super creepy. Yeah, and like just hearing those details, it's like, well, one, I guess trying to sleep center mass on your bed. Because you don't want to have any limb of yours hanging off the edge, especially your head, man. That would just make me feel like I was going to get decapitated in my sleep.
Right.
So, yeah. And then the other thing would be, please move. Like, move far and move fast.
It's just like having someone pull your hair.
There are scenarios where that's something that you might enjoy, but that is definitely not one of them.
I was just going to say something.
You were just, like, doing two things at once, so.
No. There's a creepypasta, I think, where it was like, I got a new puppy, and when I went to bed, I put my hand on the side of the bed because the puppy was on the floor, and it was licking my hand while I went to sleep. I woke up, and the dog was pinned to the wall, like, dead. And
what the fuck?
There was
Who
a
writes
note.
These things?
There was a note that said, like, humans can lick, too.
That's just super fucking weird.
Super fucking creepy.
See, that's the thing when it comes to creepypastas. I'm like, that's just someone writing that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's someone writing something creepy. And I don't know. That's just like, I don't think it's something that would happen in real life unless it was a really fucked up stalker underneath someone's bed. And that's just horrific. I hate the idea of an animal getting killed anyways. Oh
my God. Jang Mi says, Brandon says they got in some Disney crew necks. I'm weak for the Disney.
That's funny.
So weak.
I want to let Zwazzles, Glitchgrim, and Girl Panic know that you've been promoted to moderators because you guys are always here, and I really think that you guys will help protect the chat. And not to say that anyone else wouldn't help protect the chat. I'm just promoting people that we kind of like see every night, or every time we do a live show. Just because when people post nasty shit like that, we don't ever want it to be. And they got rid of their account, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because I figured out how to try and ban them just by you just type /ban. To get rid of people, and then their name, and I went to ban them. It says like you tried to ban someone whose account no longer exists.
Wow.
So someone switched. Someone made an account just to say something super racist in our chat, and then left. So if that person's still watching, go fuck yourself, you piece of trash, and I hate you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's absolutely unnecessary and just horrible.
Yeah, stay the hell out of our chat. You're an asshole.
Yeah. Let's see. Jamie, you're so sweet. I'm really like flattered. Thank you. Um, Zwalzo says, "How about cold coffee? Do I like cold coffee or what? Wait, did we talk about coffee at one point?
I don't know. I was trying to associate with what you were saying.
I have cold coffee right now.
Yeah, we drink cold coffee every show. We get it ready for the show, and then it just gets super, super, super cold the entire time we go on. Colorful Toxin over on YouTube says, "Yo, that creepypasta with the dog scared the crap out of me when I was little. I had so many nightmares."
Yeah, it's super weird and messed up. So creepy.
I like reading the stuff that's like, I don't know, it's like psychologically scary and not just like, oh my god, that would be so horrific if it was real.
There's a Reddit called No Sleep. There's a subreddit called No Sleep. And there's a story on there that I read where it was like, maybe I'll have to do an episode on it. I'm not going to say it because I really I'll do like a whole episode about reading those or something. It was it was one that really made me go like, holy shit. Anyway.
Oh, it was because of the throwing coffee on you. That was the joke based off of the coffee thing.
Oh.
That was something I said.
No, coffee stains though.
Coffee does stain.
No. Yeah.
How about if you meet us and you say hi and we're rude to you, just be like, you said you'd never do this. And then we'll both probably just start crying. Because we're just not mean people in general, except to each other. We're very mean to each other. What's up, 143 AM? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
143 AM. That's Brandon, I think.
That is Brandon.
Okay.
Glitch said, "I have a sword. Now I'm going to cut down the haters."
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yes. Okay.
That is the first time we've had someone interrupt our stream to post something really shitty in chat.
That's never happened before.
Yeah, because they're being a stupid asshole.
Raisin Rebel says, "Vegas fam." Jang Mi says, "Keep your hands, feet, butt, and ears inside the ride at all times."
Yes, definitely do that. All those parts need to stay inside the ride.
Let's see.
There's just not a lot of stuff over on YouTube chat in particular. Francisco says, "I need to read that." I don't know. I don't like reading stuff that's that just like fucking weird because it just makes me like super sad.
Raisin Rebel says, "Now I'm imagining faceless knights on horses protecting a castle."
That's funny.
That's
Colorful
adorable.
Toxin over in YouTube says, "Love being able to catch the live show and do some art at the same time." That is awesome.
Well,
I'm glad that you're able to do your art at the same time.
Yeah,
too.
I really want to. I love seeing everyone's art. Like, if you look at my actual personal Instagram, I follow like 1,000,001 artists because I just love seeing everyone's art styles, and it's just so fun. And it's inspirational. I think everyone's so talented.
I agree. Glitchgrim says, "I really hope 4chan isn't doing raids. They've been starting again." Yeah, that would suck. But I know our knights now have banhammers. Our knights of the round table can banhammer the fuck out of people, and we are 100% okay with that. So just do what you got to do.
What's a raid?
I imagine it's just a bunch of people getting together to go fuck with chats and take screenshots of it and go back to 4chan and share it with each other.
Oh.
Like, hey, look how much of a racist asshole I was for absolutely no reason.
That's not fun.
No, it's not. It's not fun at all. It's not even fucking funny. If you can't be funny without being racist and your only audience is people who think that racist shit is funny, you kind of suck. You're not funny. Like, I hate to fucking break it to you. Like, you're not South Park. You're not Daniel Tosh. Like, you're not funny. Jangmi says, "On our first date, Brandon and I went to Knott's, and I had to hold his arms down because he kept flailing them on a ride." That's so fucking funny.
I think that's hilarious.
That is hilarious. All right, I'll let you keep reading more stuff from Stream Chat, and I'm going to go ahead and get what we all know and love up and running. Marbles on stream. If the camera was going to die, it would be happening soon. I can see
totally
the white balance changing a little bit. Yeah, so just to know, if we go dark, we're still going to finish out the show. And you'll just hear our voices, and you'll see the overlay and everything. Also, for anyone who has a last-minute donation they want to kick in, we only have $16.66 for the month of December to donate to Make-A-Wish. So anything that you guys want to give, this is the last show of December, so that will be the amount that we will be giving to them. Did you just spill coffee everywhere?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll let you talk about that while I try and get Marbles on Stream up and running. So
about the...
I'm joking. Like, do your thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, what was we?
You are blank. Just read.
Oh yeah, no. So no, I'm done with this stream chat, dude.
Well then, vamp.
Okay. Yeah, no, seriously, guys. All your donations really help, and we definitely want to make a difference this month with donating to Make-A-Wish. And I just feel really bad just having it be $16 to Make-A-Wish.
We appreciate everything that you guys have to give, and we know that people are broke, especially around the holidays.
Oh my God, yeah, Christmas is the worst, where it's just like we're all coughing up money for family, and I don't know. It'd be nice to help kiddos.
It would be nice too. It's definitely
Yeah.
something that we want to make sure we give a donation to. So
Jamie says, "Okay, clean up the coffee, Robin." He's got it. He's handled it.
yeah,
I feel
I'm cleaning
bad.
it up.
I just feel bad because I just spilled coffee on his.
Jamie puts Adam still cleans coffee. We were watching Mary Poppins, and I'm not going to give anything away. I don't want to spoil that. But at some point in Mary Poppins, you realize there's a bad guy, and the only bad person in Mary Poppins like opens a candy and puts it in their mouth, and then hands their trash to someone else to throw away. And I looked over at Robin, and Robin looked back at me, and she just started laughing because she does that to me all the time. She just hands me her trash like it's fucking mine to deal with, and it's so fucking annoying.
But then he already has trash in his hand. I'm just adding.
That
to
is
his
not
trash.
true. That is 100% not true.
The other day I tried to give him a wrapper, and he had a wrapper from his chocolate already, so I was gonna give him my wrapper to
And
throw
I
away.
was going to. You just did. You just handed it to me, and then all of a sudden it was also my trash.
But he was like, "Don't give me your trash right now."
Because no, that was when I was doing something else. Like I was trying to like do dishes or something, and she's like handing me trash. And it's like, please don't do that. Brandon says, "That's us." That's just such a dick move. Stop handing people.
Jamie, no, it's not.
Stop handing people your trash. You're treating them like they're your personal garbage can. So okay, that's it. We're gonna do marbles on stream. So anyone over on YouTube that wants to switch over to twitch.tv
Why I oughta.
/Scarish podcast right now, you can join in on the marbles on stream. And what this is it's a fun game that we play. At the end of each show, you're going to get a marble. It's going to race down a track, and whoever wins is going to get some little swag. It's just some stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys can let us know what your mailing address is. And if you vote like Girl Panic just did in the Twitch chat, you just do !vote, then a space, then the number of the track you would like to race, and your votes will all be tallied up, and then we'll get a track that we're all going to race together. And then whoever goes from there, we'll go from there, and we'll see who wins. So right now, go ahead and do !vote, space, and then the number of the track that you want to race.
Raisin Rebel, if you'd like to donate, there actually is a donate link at the bottom of our Twitch page. It says like donate and there's a link, and you just click on it, and it'll take you to PayPal, I'm assuming? Or?
No, it just takes you to a page where you can either put in your PayPal information or credit card, and it'll send that donation.
Yeah, and that will go straight to the donation, and then we're gonna be making the donation before the year's over, right?
We're gonna make the donation at the 1st or the 31st.
Okay.
Once we've gathered them all up.
Cool.
So fun in the sun. I'm jumping in because I'm also gonna race because Robin does it all the time, and I would also like to participate.
Seems like a lot of people are voting for 37.
Sounds like you're voting for 37. Is 37 Pixels Portal Alley?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
It just sounds interesting.
I'm one of the sheeple. I also voted for 37. So bah.
Jamie, hack triangle, square, up, down.
That's funny. Exclamation point, up, down, left, right, BA start. Konami code for those of you who don't know.
There's a band from way back in the day when I was younger called the Pettit Project. And my sister and I used to watch this show called Radio Free Roscoe. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of it or watched it or whatnot, but
You're just making up sounds with your mouth right now to me.
they had the Pettit Project on, and one of their songs had that in it. The actual Konami code was in the lyrics.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was like very nerdy and pixel sounding. Like it was really cute.
That's funny.
Maybe I'll have you listen to it later. It's really adorable.
I see my mom tried to vote, but she didn't put down a number, so we don't know which track she was trying to vote for.
Yay! Swazzles knows Radio Free Roscoe.
Shout out to Swazzles. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click viewers vote, which is going to be Pixels Portal Alley. I see people are already putting in ! play. Not quite yet. We have to be on the map before we can do that. Tamara says, oh my God, Radio Free Roscoe, OG Disney. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I loved Radio Free Roscoe. Like my sister and I used to watch it
All right,
every
folks,
night.
play now.
Oh,
If you would like to join into the race, you'll get a marble just like Jang Mi has already done.
Boop.
Continue your Radio Roscoe story.
Oh, I don't know. It's just good. It's like I think it was on the same channel as Degrassi and stuff like that, when Drake was on it.
So we can now confirm that if your name is in green letters, it's because you're a mod. So good to know. Good stuff.
Maybe I can just send the link through this.
I mean, if you're on twitch.tv and you scroll down like underneath the stream, there's a spot that says donate. So she's also going to put it into the chat for those of you who would like to do it. Justin says, what are subskins? It's Justin, right? Oh my God, I'm totally blanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was worried about that. But yeah, he's asking what are subskins.
No, Justin. What are subskins, Brandon?
Oh, Brandon, my bad. Brandon says, what are subskins? You can have a ball that's decorated specifically for your subscribers on Twitch. We haven't exactly figured out how to do it. Wow, Kid Lightnings has donated $50.
Thank you so much.
We'll be going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That is so amazing.
That is
thank
amazing.
You so much.
Yeah,
we
thank
appreciate
you
you
so
folks.
much.
Jamie's like, haha, yeah, Justin.
Justin,
I fucked up both your names now, so you guys can both hate me. I hate myself.
Justin is Glitch. Glitch is Justin. Brandon is 143 AM.
I thought we had multiple Justins. That's my bad.
Okay.
So we only have 11 people in the race right meow, so we're going to wait for just a little bit longer, and then we're going to get going. I also see that my mom hasn't joined yet, so Mom, if you'd like to join, ! Play at this moment. Pretty please. Justin and Jang Mi Boon, we hope you guys are very happy together. I am going to go bang my head on a wall after this is over until I die. So, nice. 66. Good number.
Oh my gosh, is that what it's at? That's hilarious.
Going to be at exactly that right now. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and start this first race. There's not a lot of people in right now. So, if you guys have raced a lot but not won, maybe this is your chance. So, and if Robin or I win, we're just going to give it to the next person. So, away we go. You have 10 seconds left if you'd like to join into the race.
Justin and Jang Mi Boon.
I hate myself so much right now.
It's so funny, though.
It's not funny if you were the one that would be messing up names.
No, I've just been messing up talking this whole time.
That's okay. They're used to that. Don't hurt me, please.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Neon's Cars 33 is in the lead right now, getting through the Plinko board, but Glitch Grim is right there as well. Girl Panic. It looks like everyone right now has a pretty good chance. I really like the texture of this freaking track. I think it looks super cool. What is about to happen? Oh my God.
That is so cool. But I mean, brutal, but so cool.
It's cool, but I'm a little bit worried that their balls are going to be stuck because this track appears to be something that's needed. It needs a lot of people racing right now. A bunch of people are eliminated. We only have 7 balls left. Glitch Grim is at a total standstill right now. 143 AM has been eliminated too.
They will disappear eventually. There you go.
Okay, so that's going to make for a really, really boring race. And Glitch Grim's just going down the line, knocking down all these bricks. And Glitch is in first place. So the only people we have left are Glitch, Zwazzles, Razin Rebel, Alice, Neon Cars, and Pancakes. So fun. Let's see where the rest of the people are. Yep, they're caught back there. Whoever designed this was clearly thinking that they'd have more balls going through this track than we are currently having from our listenership. So thank you for whoever designed this for making us feel like shit about how many people watch our stream.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
So that sucks. Wow, this is horribly boring, but it's allowing everyone to catch up, so maybe at some point these stupid blocks will fucking disappear. Zwazzles just jumped the fucking blocks and went on to the next level, but guess what? There's even more. They're just going to keep being here, so I don't know. It looks like everyone's going to get a chance to catch up. I don't know what you need to do to get rid of these fucking things.
I don't know. I feel like everyone is dead.
Not everyone. We have 6 people left. Man.
Oh, man. This is rough. Holy shit.
There goes Pancakes. Pancakes crushed a block and then had to stop. Glitch crushed a block as well. I mean, it's a good idea. It's just very poorly executed. Neon Cars 33 is slowly eking its way through the debris. Whoever gets through and doesn't have to deal with these blocks anymore. It looks like this entire thing is blocks. I really don't like this track.
I thought there were going to be portals. I don't understand.
I mean, there are portals on the side that do absolutely nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
And just looking up, look, there's blocks and blocks
Oh
and
my
blocks.
God. I'm just watching people, like, speed down the...
It is funny to see when everyone finally makes it through and just, like, launches. Like, the Zwazzles and Pancakes are still back there on the other level. And here they come. And
it's just like
you get through it and it's just a dead stop. Man, this map is the devil, says Glitch.
So whoever designed this, what?
I think we're gonna set the record for longest time it's ever take to finish a track. I don't think they actually track that. But yeah, here we go. So people are starting to get through again. Zwazzles is in the lead.
Yeah, I totally expected portals that you were flying through and just like ending up in weird places. Oh, there goes
Raisin Rebel has died. Glitch Grim has died.
Oh man, so much murder. There's so many little left. Should we just restart?
Neon Cars 33. We've already gone through this
Neon
far.
Scars.
Maybe it is Neon Scars. I've been saying Neon's Cars.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what?
It's because my brother for the longest time had a thing that was like Neon ACR was his, because it was his car.
Oh.
Was his tag. Man,
Girl
this
panic.
is riveting shit. I can't wait to do another one already. Who will win this one, though? Everyone's back there. Neon Scars 33 is right here. I don't know who that was, but they're dead.
Oh, wow. This is the end.
I hope it's the end.
Oh, look. Oh. This is
Pancakes 29 is up front right now. We got Alice, we got Neon, and Zwazzles is still all the way back there. Once Zwazzles breaks free, if they can jump over this barrier, they might just win. That said, this is so bad. I'm so bored. Okay, here comes Pancakes. Zwazzles is on the way, though, getting the speed boost. Here comes Zwazzles. I was saying this.
Oh. Oh, man.
Almost. Holy fucking shit. Glitch Grim says, wait, I died twice? What the fuck? Colorful says, my emo kid phase came out, and I was like, yo, that code is in game day by falling in reverse.
Game over.
LOA. Did I say LOA?
Yeah.
I mean,
you
LOL.
said game day by falling in reverse.
I'm trying to read and announce at the same time. It's obviously not going very well. All right, Alice, here you come. This all clears out. Or you zig when you should zag. You might be able to make it through. Wow. Who will make it?
Ridiculous.
This is the most boring race we've ever had. I hate it so much. The winner is actually the crumbles of blocks that made it into the end, through the finish line. And Alice in Wonderland is going to finish in first place. Congratulations, Alice. You have won the worst race of all time. That race took over 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
Yeah, the time right there, 5 minutes and 8 seconds, winning time by Alice in Wonderland. Who now has their second win of the season, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
Now I will look through and see what I have that I haven't sent you yet, so that you'll have new things.
Raisin Rebel just donated $5 as well. Thank you so much, Raisin. We appreciate that. I know saying raisin like that sounds like I'm talking about you like your food.
It's like UNLV Rebels.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right.
They're from Vegas.
No one vote for what we voted for last time. This is the last one of the night. We're at $71.66 to send to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Thank you guys so much. Glitch says my head hurts from this. I totally agree. But wow, man, that was boring as balls. So give it marbles. All right. Make your pick. Exclamation point vote and then space and then the number of what you're voting for.
I'm going to do 20.
Are you even checking or you're just voting based off number?
It's called Convergence. It just sounds cool.
I guess. Something like Endurance Test should have been the name for the other one.
That's not even endurance. It's just like
Well, I felt like it was an endurance test
of
just
time.
Watching it because it was so boring. Everything has one vote right now. Everything is tied at one vote.
This is so boring.
This is
delete. I love Scott Pilgrim
versus the World.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Exclamation point play Pogs. I like that one. Okay. So I voted for 20 as well. Someone else also did. So we have 11 votes in. 4 of them right now are for Convergence. So I think we can all decide that we're probably going to go with Convergence. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. And voting for Convergence right now. This one looks pretty cool. Hopefully there's nothing that's going to like bring it to a dead stop for absolutely no freaking reason. So if you would like to join in right now, please type in exclamation point play.
Are we playing Overwatch after this?
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, no, I have to do the turkey after this.
Oh.
There's other like chores that need to be done. There's a lot that needs to be done.
I'm gonna say whoever wants to play Overwatch after this.
That's great. I'm gonna go do like housework and you can play Overwatch.
What do you need?
No, don't even want to talk right now. So who's all in? All right. Anyone who hasn't,
right
anyone, I'm just so like, oh yeah, let's invite everyone to play Overwatch when Adam can't play. Exclamation point play for anyone who wants to jump in. Right now we have 12 people signed in, and we're gonna get this thing started here.
Sorry, I was scratching my nose. Am I sweating in here?
I don't know. Like, are you?
My nose is wet.
Well, this is super riveting. We have 12 people in, so I'm going to go ahead and click start. For everyone who wants to join in, you have 10 seconds left to join, and then the race will begin, and hopefully this one will be an actual fun one to participate in and watch. Alice wants to give the prize to Pancakes.
Yeah, you can totally do that. So Pancakes 29. If you want to send me your mailing address, and then I will mail it to you. Just email us at storytime@scarish.com.
Or you can message us on any of our social media. Just let us know it's you, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So this has a lot of elevators and stuff like that. So fun stuff. We're still moving, so that's the important thing. We haven't come to a dead stop yet.
So also says they're going to play Super Smash. I really want to play it. We just don't have it yet.
Yes. I was told not to buy anything for myself leading up to Christmas. So we'll see if it winds up being something that I get. And if not, then I'll probably wind up buying it for myself with some of this credit that I have in the gift cards. So Akasuna's making runs. Wazzles and Girl Panic are back there. But right now, Neon Scars 33 is zigging and zagging, trying to keep first place. Akasuna's taking the lead.
What?
We got a jump.
Oh, gosh.
And a convergence coming up.
Man.
This is really intense. There's that dead stop. Oh, no. Hooray. Everyone's getting put into a different track, and then they're all converging.
Oh,
This is fun.
Convergence.
I really like this one. Oh, someone took the lead. It's Akasuna, still in the lead.
Raisin Rebel.
Raisin Rebel is now in front.
Glitch says
a lot more to go. Zwazzle's charging for first place.
Glitch says he has Red Dead on PS4. We need to make a spooky posse. We don't own Red Dead.
We don't. And I think you're on PS4. Yeah, you just said that. That was the words that came out of your mouth. And if I get it, I'll probably get it on Xbox. Not going to lie.
Yeah, we're very big Xbox people. And I know that's probably not what you want to hear.
D-Robin Grace and Glitch Grim have been eliminated. Akasuna is flying through the air. These are the ones that will launch you off. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Akasuna is now dead. Which means Jangmi is in second place, and she's also dead. Swazzles is in first place, and they are still alive. Looks like I'm taking the lead here. My win won't count just towards my stats for the season. Let's watch and see if I can make it through without being murdered. These things look like Verizon bars with how much they move and how inconsistent they are. Girl Panic was also eliminated. I'm just saying, my Verizon phone has been giving me a lot of shit lately. I'm making my way through. Kid Lightning's Pancakes has died. Raisin Rebel is taking the lead again and is going to go through the bumpy track to try and take the win. And it looks like they are going to. So congratulations, Raisin Rebels. Please email storytime@scarish.com and let us know a mailing address where we can send some stickers to you.
Yeah, so you guys, Pancakes and Raisin Rebel, message us your mailing addresses, and I'll get you guys some goodies.
Erica over on YouTube says, I met Falling in Reverse at Warped Tour.
I used to want to go to Warped Tour when I was younger, and now that I'm a lot older, I don't have the energy to be around so many people. It just gives me anxiety and paranoia.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah. I can't do the big, what are those even called? Festivals? I can't do the festivals like EDC and stuff like that. Not my scene. I can't do it.
We have so many friends that like go to EDC and they're like, man, I hope I don't wind up in the recovery tent. And then they go and they get all fucked up and they wind up in the recovery tent.
Aw, so. Kid Lightning says with his donation, or their donation, with their donation, they said it's for the kids. And Raisin Rebel says, I hope everyone's had a good holiday and many happy ones in the future.
Those are great messages.
Thank you guys so much.
We really appreciate that. We appreciate all the donations. They will go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'll post something on all our social media and let you guys know when it's been sent over and you can see the amount. Because I'm going to toss in a little something extra as well because I definitely want to make sure that we have something to send over there. And you guys have been so generous with giving us the donations to send there as well. Jamie said, this is the podcast God is punishing our family for dishonor to the Scarish podcast. That's funny. But yeah, we appreciate everyone that joined us tonight. We really like doing the live shows, even when it's like really hectic times, because some of you guys like watch us every single time, and we've had so many people saying like emails to us like that we help them, and we don't really know exactly how. I think it's just by being here and being us. And as much as it sounds crazy to me, we just want to make sure we're still here. You know what I mean? So that's why we want to do this.
We will be gone 2 weeks from now, though.
We're not going to have a live show in 2 weeks because we'll be on vacation during the time. There'll still be episodes released normally, so Tuesdays and Fridays. They'll still come out, but we'll have 1 week where we don't have it. And I think when we come back, we'll be on our new day and time as well, depending on what the schedules look like. So we'll keep all you folks posted. But yeah, I think we're going to move over into the transition out of the show. So I'll go ahead and start that up. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent us an email or a story. We appreciate everything you folks share with us. It's fantastic to read these things and share them because some of them are like really fun to read, really scary. Some of them are deeply moving, and we appreciate everything that gets sent to us.
Absolutely.
If you have a story to share, email us storytime@scarish.com. You can also submit one to us at scarish.com, which is our website.
Yes, we have that newfangled technology where you can
contact us.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Click contact us. There's also our P.O. box. We're going to have some unboxing videos coming out this week. A lot of you folks sent us stuff for Christmas, which we appreciate.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
We're going to record it. We're going to post it on all of our social media so that you folks can see what was sent to us. We're excited because we haven't opened it. We don't know what's in any of these things yet. But we wanted to gather them all up and do them all in one shot, so it'll be really fun. And we want to say thank you to everyone who sent us something. And we appreciate every single one of you. And again, if you want to reach out to us, the different places, it's like scarish.com has all of our social medias. We have Facebook, which is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can join our group, which is the Spooky Friends group. Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. Twitter is @ScarishPod. Our Discord server is really, really fun too. Please join there. It's a bunch of different channels. Dad Joke Corner is one of my favorite. Scary memes are hilarious. Not so scary memes is hilarious.
Yeah.
We have a mental health channel. It's not like something official. It's just where we all talk about things that we're going through.
Like if you're stressed out or something, or you're going through something really hard, there are so many people there that are so supportive and just are there to lend an ear.
You folks are a wonderful community, and I love seeing how much you support each other, and we're very happy we get to be a part of that. So if you want to join the Discord, we highly encourage it, and it's really cool. And for those of you who go over to iTunes and leave us ratings and reviews, we really appreciate that. It really does help, and it's a way that you guys can support us without any monetary donation or anything like that. But for those of you who do have monetary donations that you do want to give us, Robin, where can they go?
So we do have Patreon, patreon.com/scaryishpodcast. We have monthly donation system there starting at $1. And there are tiers where you get physical goodies, which is kind of nice. I haven't designed any new stickers yet because it's the holidays and I'm so just like burnt out. But I'll have a new design hopefully soon. And then we do have Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/scaryishpodcast. And those are one-time donations that will help us upgrade our studio setup for now. And then there is the link in our Twitch. You can always do that. It doesn't have to be when we're live. You just click on it and donate whenever you guys get an opportunity. And you really, any little bit helps. And if you can't, seriously, just go give us a 5-star rating or something on iTunes or wherever it is that you get your podcasts from.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support that we get, and thank you to everyone who donated for the month of September. It looks like we're going to have $71. December, my bad. The month of December, we're going to have $71 to give to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, plus
Did
whatever
you say September again?
I said December.
Okay.
Please stop asking me if I said the wrong word. I said the correct word. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to listen back to this and make sure I'm not wrong. But yeah, we're going to have $71 to send to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we're very proud of that. We wish it could have been more, but you know what? We appreciate every dime that you guys are able to give because holidays are very tight times, and we totally understand that. So thank you one last time to everyone who donated. We love you guys. And if you folks would like to watch us record the Storytime episodes live, you can at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast or youtube.com/scarish. They're 100% free. You don't have to pay any money to do that. If you have a YouTube account, I don't even think you need to have a YouTube account to watch that.
No.
You can go to Twitch. You can sign up for a free account and watch us there as well. And you can also donate live during the episodes, and it pops up. It's really fun. We read your name, and if you folks feel like joining us, it's a really good time. We chat with the chat, and we talk to you guys during the entire thing, and it's fun. So please join us one of these days. We would appreciate seeing you guys come out. So, and thank you to everyone who always comes out every week. We know you guys by name, and we appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
So I think that's just about everything that we have.
Yeah. Have a happy new year.
Have a safe new year.
And we'll see you guys next year.
You decided you're going to be the one to take that
yes.
joke, huh? Fine. Be that way. So I guess then I'll do the sign out. So keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys in 2019. Bye.